Because I'm not. No, because I'm trying to think of what you think the thing that I am having is. Because I can't.
Not
Which is
anything in
probably
particular.
probably a good sign, to be fair, considering.
He hates us all and he doesn't want to play with us. That's what he's thinking.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah,
you hate me, Chloe?
yeah,
I'm
definitely.
sure.
It was a friendly hey.
It didn't look friendly, it was in capital letters.
Okay, well I'll put something that looks friendly.
You know,
Oh yeah, it was a no caps. Yes.
Yeah, but it was like a hey, I'm excited to see you. Okay, this is what I was meaning.
You could have at least gift it. Oh,
Caps do mean
I
something.
did, but I don't know. Sometimes it sends it as an actual picture, and sometimes it sends it as a link and it's shit. But yeah, that's why I was doing hey, that girl. No.
Get over here.
oh, speaking of that, I watched one of the old Mortal Kombats. Yeah,
Was it on TV at some point this week?
I have no idea. I watched it on Amazon.
The reason I say that is because one of my work colleagues was talking about it, and I'm like, oh no, he's talking about it. Has it been on like TV or something?
No, they got it on Amazon. I don't know if that was recent or not, but it's so cringy and obviously bad. And the one that came after that is so much worse somehow. Like, for starters, as far as I'm concerned, there's only two characters who are played by actual actors that do the job right, or look like the actual character they're portraying in some regard. Which isn't necessary, exactly, but just Johnny Cage in the first one was played by a guy who had none of the machismo or the kung fu grip that Johnny Cage has. Sonya Blade looked like she was the damsel in distress and acted like she was the damsel in distress all the time, and she's a fucking badass. And in number two, I think because they couldn't get the guy in number one to play the actor of Johnny Cage again, or because they just didn't care for the character, they literally killed him off in the first 5 minutes. And like, I'm not even going to mention Raiden. He did not fit on any iteration. They changed his actor twice. Just oh, it was just so bad, so cringy, so bad.
No.
But yeah, there is my TED talk about how shit the Mortal Kombats were, the old ones.
You've saved me the time of pondering upon watching it.
Like,
no, isn't you've saved me the time.
yeah, just oh, I have so much more I can say. It's just so bad, cringy as fuck as well. How are we all anyway?
Really good on a hype.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chloe fueled on rum and energy drinks.
Yeah.
I've got one of those.
Which is what I was like when I made the decision to try and charge the dragon rather than bust the door down. As my mammoth thing, so you know, it's probably not gonna go well.
I mean,
but we'll see.
You made a choice. You lived with it.
And then I changed that choice when everyone shouted at me.
They were only doing what was.
Okay, sorry.
They were only doing what was in your best interest of not dying, so it's fine.
Oh yes, definitely. I mean, I was just like, I've got a shit ton of HP now. I can take this dragon on. But in reality, I probably could not take the dragon on.
It was. We'd all watched you go through the process of turning into the mammoth. We all assumed it was to take down the door.
I was too busy running into the bedroom to go tell Danny that I was turning into a mammoth and I'd have lots of HP to actually think about the strategy that I was doing it. Definitely because I didn't get to change it to a dragon in the other thing before I got knocked out.
Before I get lost and forget about it, because I will probably do that. Is and or when are we all going to Birmingham? 18th?
Oh,
I think so.
I remember you talking about the 19th, but I won't be able to go.
Oh. I think it's the 18th. It's this Saturday. Wait.
Yeah, that's the weekend Kieran said.
Saturday is June, isn't it? Not
yeah.
July. Yeah.
Birmingham.
Yeah. I had it in my calendar. I was literally looking at my calendar and I was like, I had something down for the 18th and it's not in my calendar anymore. I don't know what it was. And I was like, well, we're going to Leeds on the 23rd, and I've got this and this and this. And I was like, what am I going? What is it? What is it? But yes, it was Birmingham. I put
Yeah,
it back
you're
in my
free
calendar.
You're free to come if you want. Like, you don't have to. Like, you just
As I
can if
said.
you wanna.
It's mainly because next week I'm house sitting / dog sitting for the parents,
Ooh.
and they get back some point Saturday, but I can't say.
So
Oh,
all
you
I'm
know.
hearing is house party at Connor's, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Not
guys,
Birmingham anymore.
do you guys really want to come down to Suffolk?
Huh?
So do you guys really?
You
want
said
to
the
come down to
18th of
Suffolk?
June.
Let me see how far it is on
Are you
Google Maps
working
to
now?
drive to.
No, it's next weekend. Are you working next weekend?
Suffolk.
Well, Ipswich.
Oh, I just had
But-
Suffolk again.
Yeah.
Ipswich.
Technically
We're in
Suffolk,
Lancaster
it isn't
With the
Suffolk,
flowers
but-
for the wedding.
Ipswich.
Can you even take that weekend off? Oh, Kieran says if you guys are coming to let him know, so he'll have to book the Sunday off. 'Cause you'll
Uh,
have to work
I'm
Saturday.
coming on the 18th.
Chloe's coming on the 18th.
Yeah. I already told Danny and everything. I was like, I'm going
Chloe
away.
already planned it. She's told Danny and everything.
Yeah.
I have to look at sorted insert vehicle name here times, but yeah, that should be good.
Lee also said he should be good depending on vehicle / stuff. Kieran says he'll
It's
sort it at work this weekend.
3 hours and 14 minutes to Ipswich from me.
Mm.
Birmingham.
Birmingham.
It is 1 hour and 58 minutes for me to get to Birmingham.
But is that fucking Birmingham?
Birmingham. And then,
Why are we all saying Birmingham in a Scouse accent?
Fucking
don't know.
Birmingham.
yeah, I was gonna see if how long it'd take me if I went and picked up Lee from Preston, but it's 3 hours and 32
I was gonna say
minutes.
no. Fucking. Ooh.
That's a long way. If I timed it well with oh, hold on a second. Oh wait, no, I think that's a different weekend. Here it is. Never mind. There is a
takes me
Friday.
2.5 hours to get to Ipswich.
Mm.
Hmm.
2.5 hours for me to Birmingham.
Is Aaron here?
Aaron.
You muted little bitch.
I'm about. I'm just busy.
Busy jacking off. I get it.
3 minutes.
No, he got a girl now. He
I
don't
know.
need to do-
Hey, you can still jack off if you have a partner.
Yeah.
Yeah, you totally can, but you know. Oh yeah, it's not me. I was getting really worried with my 12 and Rachel rolled an 18.
So what you're saying is we're going to be waiting 3 minutes for Aaron to recap.
Well, I mean, considering. Never mind.
What?
Lee.
Are you
What?
okay, Lee?
No, I'm never okay. I'm having a mental moment. Don't worry about it.
What gave that? I wonder why. Because it kind of sounded like you go.
I don't know what it was.
Okay.
What
Well,
is it, Lee?
Well, while you guys are doing the recap / waiting for the recap, I'm going to the loo.
Excuse me,
Puppy,
I
please
will do
move
the
your face
same.
to the face.
She's going for a pee.
Oh, now I feel like I should.
I mean, you might as well.
Tips.
I don't need to, but I feel like I probably should.
Do it anyway. You never know.
Are you
Okay.
are you wanting to do that just for the solidarity sake of things?
No, because I know that we'll get like 5 minutes in. I'll be like, be right back, gotta pee. Because I always do that. 'Cause I always
Go
need to
pee.
It's like
Just go pee.
constant
Go
state of
pee.
being.
Just go pee.
Okay. Okay, girl, go piss.
Go pee.
Go piss, girl.
You're not getting any sleeps. No.
You know.
That didn't sound like someone going for a pee.
I was. I was washing my hands. Wireless headset, yo. I love Enter Shikari so much. I want to go see Enter Shikari again. Also, there is Parkway Drive. Who's supporting them? Parkway Drive, Lorna Shore, and I'm muddling up two of them because I'm going to Amity Affliction with someone supporting. I can't remember what it was. UK tour. So, no, that's not it. Oh, that's not it. Who was it?
Oh, maybe.
Hold up, I'm finding it. Show me who's supporting.
I need support in knowing who's supporting them.
It's not showing. While she sleeps, that's it. I couldn't decide whether it was while she sleeps or different. So it's Parkway Drive while she sleeps on Lorna Shore playing. Oh man. I don't want to be seated. I want to be on the fucking standing bit in the mush pits. It's like £50 tickets left, but I really want to go see them because it's such a good lineup. And there's also Amity Affliction. I can't remember who else is supporting them. Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Who is supporting you? Counterparts. Amity Affliction and Counterparts. I'm going to go that team.
Supporting you, supporting me.
Sweet Caroline, do do do. Good girls never
That song
seem
came
to
on
go.
at work at some point, and it was just funny. We're just all singing along with it.
I used to sing that song with my dad while we were washing up when I was little. That's like mine and my dad's song. And also in the car, I was singing lots of Elvis Presley, which is my dad's favourite. He loves Elvis Presley. Ooh, got hiccups now.
A song that I tend to sing at work the most is Here Comes the Sun. Just randomly stuck in my head one day, and ever since I just keep singing it at work because a few times I sing it sarcastically because it's raining and it's really shit weather, and I'm just like, here comes the sun. Na, na, na.
Hello.
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 Hi.
How is everybody?
Good.
I am yes.
Alive.
All good.
I am identifying as a problem. Yours specifically. Carry on.
What?
I just feel like problems, it's fine. Cool, okay.
You sound like a robot.
Yes.
Good time for fun and games.
Sounds like a robot.
You are a robot. Brr,
You
brr.
sound like a robot.
You sound like
Sounds
a
like a
robot.
robot.
Brr, brr,
Yeah.
brr, brr, brr.
It sounds like you're talking into I can't say it. Aluminium tin can with a
Aluminium.
microphone inside of it. That's very specific. That's what it sounds like.
Hello.
What was that?
Hello. Hello. Is this Aaron? Hello. Roger.
That's horrible. Stop it.
Roger,
Roger. 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 Roger.
Roger, Roger.
Roger. Roger. What if I do it like this? Is it any better? Hello.
No,
Hello.
actually, it doesn't sound too bad.
Oh, that's weird considering I'm covering my mouth, but I'm also covering the mic around my hand, covering my mouth.
Yeah, I can tell.
Oh, cool. Cool, so I'm just
I
gonna...
listen to
Yeah.
a lot of ASMR. I can tell when they're covering the microphone.
Oh, so what you're saying is if I suddenly talk like this, it'd be even better. Ah, Perry the Platypus.
I was watching Critical Role because I'm on season 2 now, and Matt Mercer's like weird hyena laughing is fucking on point.
Yeah,
I'm so impressed.
he's very good at voice,
he
like
is
animals,
a wizard.
like animal
But then
noises.
he was trying to do like a lady's voice saying "my baby," and it was really bad. But he was okay. My baby. And he was doing the hyena, like snarling, and I was like, oh, it sounds like an actual hyena. It was good.
Anyway, Erin, how is your shinternet?
I do not know. My
It-
internet seems okay.
That sounds better.
A smidge.
Better.
A very smidge.
Okay.
Oh wait, I think I jinxed it.
Yes.
God damn it.
It's not too bad. We can still hear you. It's just like
Let me jump on my phone.
I keep jinxing it. I said it wasn't too bad, then it started breaking up, and I was like, oh wait, yeah, it is.
But my baby.
Hello, my
Baby
baby.
boy.
Hello, my honey.
Yeah.
Hello, my ragtime girl.
Hi, baby boy.
Baby,
Why you-
baby.
Why are you sitting on Daddy's lap when you can sit on my lap?
Because
Come
Daddy
here.
is far bigger and can handle the crushing pressure of a giant doggo
He's
boy.
trying to avoid. No, it's the cat. It's my
Oh.
Genji.
Fair enough.
But he's sitting on Kieran, and it's the biggest betrayal.
I feel this.
Come to mummy.
Given that all three of your pets are boys, I was trying to figure out which one's the baby boy.
Yeah.
But
My
sitting on
boy.
the lap gave it away that
Genji's the baby because he's the smallest. He's actually, I think
Oh.
he's actually the oldest, but he's the. No, don't run away from me because of the dog.
I do that with Jet. Jet's the oldest, but I call him my littlest boy. He's not even the smallest, because he's the chunky one, and Luke's probably actually a lot smaller.
Skywalker?
But he's my littlest boy because he acts like he's littler.
Oh, Genji is just the physically smallest boy.
Oh,
He's the
tiny
dinkiest.
bean. I'm so excited to see them all again.
Tiny teen.
Hi,
Um,
dinky boy.
When I come to Birmingham, can we go to the nice Japanese place again?
Sure.
Yay! I'm
Must
so
be good.
excited.
Oh no. I'm sorry, Connor.
Well, tough shit. You better get your ass there then.
We definitely
I'm-
won't send
I'm-
photos.
I might actually check with my parents what time they're getting back Saturday.
Yeah, do it.
Or
Um,
hopefully my brother might be about and be like, "Hey, bro, do you fancy nipping by Saturday the house to feed the dogs? Because I've got places to be."
By the way, you're picking up parents.
I'll be like, "No, by the way, you're going to be looking after the dogs if you don't mind while you wait for mum and dad to get home from school."
Doggy.
Dorime. Erin.
Yes.
Recap us,
Oh,
biatch.
hello.
Sorry, it's probably been waiting to recap for ages, and I'm just.
I'm trying to find my headphones so that you guys aren't hearing yourselves.
I mean, to be fair, I
I can't
can't.
hear myself.
Yeah.
I
You
don't.
can't? Okay,
No.
cool.
I don't think I can hear myself.
It's all
but
good.
I can't.
It sounds a lot better than the robot Aaron.
Are you cuddly like, who's my cuddly boy?
Is it me?
Okay,
It's me.
right, let me
It's
find my
me.
notes again.
Okay.
No, don't run away. You're not allowed to leave. You live with me now. No.
Aaron needs, but he needs to get his notes.
Oh, I'm here, bitch.
Wow, that's some fighting talk.
Them's as fighting words, bitch.
Them's is words, person.
So they are.
So as everybody's dying, Freeman's on the floor, almost dead. Trafalgar drinks a potion, transforms,
Woohoo! Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Oh my god, it's
and
been so long.
then mid fight, a tree sprouts in the middle of the battlefield.
Mhm.
Da, da, da. And then the dragon smashes through the ceiling as Morphos and Akiko leave after saying it was sent by Vantress. And Brewin somehow got healed. I don't remember how that happened. Heals everyone else. Vanessa polymorphs into a mammoth, breaks down the
Yeah.
door.
Yeah.
And Trafalgar punches the dragon in the face, and it turns into a little dinky dragonborn,
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
and now we all run away.
They all went to the Winchester.
So I just checked on my spells and stuffs,
Mhm.
and I saw that I cast tongues, and I also cast expeditious retreat.
Mhm.
But I can't remember what came of me casting tongues. I can't remember what it was that was said.
Understand what the Dragonborn was saying.
Tongues makes me understand all of it, but I can't remember what it was. 'Cause I
Something like, what did she turn me into? Are you free? Can you help me? Or something like that.
Long
So she.
Yeah, Vantress turned them into it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, Vandress.
Oh.
Well,
Because he was cursing about Vandress originally. Damn, Vandress, what she turned me into.
So would I be able to decipher from that whether this person is actually a dragonborn turned into a dragon, or
well, no.
they're gonna turn back?
At the
Or was I
very
just rushing too much?
at the very least, right now, anyway, whether or not that transmutation potion turned them back into their original form or not is a little bit out of the scope of your knowledge, because
Okay.
you collectively don't know enough about the potion itself or this creature.
Yes, we didn't see it. That's what we agreed, wasn't it? We didn't see him give the potion.
And until he tells you otherwise, that's kind of yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. I just couldn't remember why I used tongues and knew what it was saying and then still decided to leave. But that clears it up. Cool.
But from the small interaction you had with it, it seemed to infer some degree of control or change was caused in itself. Whether or not that means it was enslaved to her as a dragon or as a dragonborn then transformed into a dragon is it's whatever. Unknown, yes.
Okay, that's fine. But I would later be able to tell Trafalgar what it said. Well, tell the group what it said.
Mhm.
And he might know, but at this point we do not know.
As last we left it, though, you were all running out.
Yes.
Yes.
Is that still the case?
Yes.
Yeah, if we decided that last time, yeah, we'll keep with that.
Then, hold on. Okay. Cool. So if that is the case, let's move you all to the world map. For now.
Woo!
To Zavard.
Zavard?
Zavardo. As you all leave and start running through the tunnels, you can tell that the creature isn't following. The place feels like it's lost something as well. It feels a little lighter now walking through these caverns, as opposed to it being slightly stuffy before. And as you make your way back from the direction you were led through, you notice a lot of the pictures on the walls now have disfigured faces and monstrous appendages in the images, as opposed to the natural forms they were before. As you make your way to the room with the giant tree and the assorted plants, the terrarium, you now see that the giant tree has lost all of its leafage, and the roots and the assorted vines growing from the ground around it have become slightly withered, and the tree itself seems to have this large hole that's been torn in the middle of it. It seems a natural tear, however, like a diamond-like shape arched into it. And on the inside of it, you see what looks to be an oaken scythe of some kind. The blade itself, or where would be a blade, is just this twisted, jagged, long branch instead of a blade. And looking at this thing, it leaves some of you with an ominous vibe. And if anyone wants to interact with it, tell me now, otherwise I will continue.
To interact with the tree.
Tree, or the object inside, either or.
It looks like a weapon that Akiko was so insistent that one of us takes. No, thank you.
And we... Probably not me, cause... No, wait, I was interested in that weapon, right?
Vaguely?
Sure that I was, because I was like, can it be a dagger though? I'm gonna talk to Astari about it. Astari, there's a thing.
You You all will notice it. The thing is very tall. It stands about like at least like 5 foot in height, and then where the blade would normally be, the branch itself as the blade goes about 3-4 foot itself.
Mm.
It's quite a decently sized weapon, but it is still a natural branch-like thing. So you imagine it's not very heavy.
How's the tree looking?
The tree itself looks very withered. It seems its purpose was to house this weapon. And either with Akiko wanting to pass it on to someone or her leaving, whatever the case, the tree has bore its fruit, so to speak.
So what exactly are you asking of me?
It looks
Vanessa?
cool.
Well,
I could sell it.
If you want an actual
I don't-
picture... Sorry, carry on.
Oh yeah, picture.
I was gonna say, I don't think I'd be comfortable
did you message
selling
me?
this.
I know.
It is at the top of the screen, if you want to see it. The Forest's Agony.
Ooh. Oh, what?
That is what you see before you.
That looks sick. Esatari would look so good holding that.
I am not planning on taking it myself.
Look at the little flower at the end of that. Ew, that's cute. It looks like a scythe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it would class as a scythe.
Yeah, I said that.
Oh, sorry. I was too busy thinking about whether
Oh, a dagger,
I
yeah.
wanted it. Yeah, I was thinking about the dagger. I was like, ooh, it
Dagger.
was a dagger.
That looks like a scythe.
If I chop off part of the side bit,
I mean,
it would
to be
a
fair.
nice dagger.
I don't know how well the tree weapon thing would take to being cut up.
Be fine, it's just wood, right?
Just as a natural instinct here.
Does
Yeah.
anyone else?
Yeah, just
Does
a
anyone else look
wood-based
interested?
weapon that can absorb souls is fine.
Oh man.
Yeah, but
Does anyone else look interested?
I assume no.
For fuck's sake, I really want it.
What are you going to
how
do?
much do we know about its?
Not.
We know it feeds the forest, but like the downsides if it doesn't get enough souls.
Yeah, I can't remember what was said.
I'll give you the basics I know you were told. Firstly, the soul of the person connected to it has to remain connected, or is force connected, is the idea you guess. It does feed any souls that are taken with it to the forest to keep it sustained. You get assorted small boons alongside of it, which you didn't get a chance to find out because not a lot of time or real effort was put into that part since no one wanted anything to do with it. You know as well that you had a sort of link with Akiko through doing it. But again, other than that, there's no real knowledge that you accrued over the time of speaking about it.
It wouldn't really be something that I would get used of, would it? Like, I want it just because I'm greedy. Or
Um,
Anessa's greedy. I'm also greedy.
I mean, it's really entirely up to you.
Oh.
It could, if it's binding to your soul and you're not feeding its souls by using it, it might have a negative impact. Like, I think if you
Apparently
take
not.
it, you need to use it, probably.
You're always my voice of reason. I'll turn away from it.
Okay.
I'll just pat her on the back slightly. There.
Yay! She approves! If you weren't here, I would have totally taken it.
She would have immediately been holding it like, hey
Yeah.
guys, look at this!
Oh, that's cool.
Look, I got a cool weapon!
Even if someone else says, "Oh, I might take it," and you'd be like, "No, yoink."
It's mine! No, in fact, that's why I said, does anyone else look interested? Because I wouldn't even consider it if anyone else did.
Okay.
Is it giving off any kind of aura if it's like a powerful,
It's
dangerous
vibe.
weapon? What's its vibe? Yeah.
Does it pass the vibe check?
At the moment, none of you can feel anything coming off of it, just by looking at it at the very least. Possibly some
we
kind of
gotta touch
dormant.
it.
Or it was a safe.
I feel like oh my god, I forgot what it's called. The fucking the fucking sword. What's it called? Grog sword that we also had in our little campaign, Rachel.
Raven's Edge.
Craven's Edge. Yeah, that's ruined weapons for me now. Like strange weapons. I'm like, this is gonna kill me.
I mean, I don't hear you saying you didn't want to take it a second ago.
Yeah, I still want it,
Mhm.
but I'd be willing to take the risk if Esatari wasn't telling me that I shouldn't.
Okay.
Am I the person you ask because you know I'll ruin your fun?
You're the voice of reason.
I know that you will make it so that I won't die, possibly.
I'll try.
Yeah, you'll keep me alive. Otherwise, I'd be dead ages ago. Genuinely would have been because you healed me, right?
So as you, I'm assuming are still turning away,
Yeah.
and continue forth,
Oh,
moving
definitely.
back toward the chamber with all the little trinkets and the like, you notice the room has this thick layer of dust and ash that's filled it now. And you notice, as you look around, the walls seem to be becoming softer.
Oh.
You see little trickles of dirt and mud, and a couple of stones here and there drop from the roof. This place is falling apart without
Oh.
a certain guardian here.
Thought so.
I think we'd better leave right now.
Before it falls on my head.
Rocks fall, it's gonna happen.
I already cast Expeditious Retreat, I
Mhm.
think on myself and Esatari. I think, 'cause
Is
it's
it?
on there twice.
Hold on. Is it a multicast thing though? It's concentration,
Huh?
it can only be for you. Or whomsoever you choose.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, I can fly,
Mhm.
so I'm faster, so I'll fly it and I'll have cast it on Esatari. I'm pretty sure the first time I cast it was on Esatari.
Probably, yeah.
So I'll just leave it on Esatari and I'll fly, because I can do 40 feet flying.
Okay.
So we can leave!
So is everyone going straight to the exit?
As we're running, is there anything I can quickly swipe up that looks really nice, like trinkets? Just like, go!
Make a perception check.
Oh yeah!
I'm surprised how Rogue hasn't asked that question.
I did the check when we went in.
Mhm.
It was like,
Yeah, I found something and I wanted to take it, and I rolled a dice on 5e tools to see if I'd take it or not, and it said that I didn't take it. So now I'm kind of, and I'm glad now because we went into that fucking trap thing. Right, perception here. No! Do I at least see what I saw before I was going to take? I can't remember what it was.
You look around, you try and look for anything interesting, and there's nothing that really catches your eye now that there's this weird layer of like dust and ash around. Everything
Oh
looks
damn.
like it's old, like very
Nothing shiny.
grey
anymore.
old. Yeah. And as you're kind of just observing, you hear this very quiet ringing in your ear for a moment, and then you realise everyone else hears it as well, as maybe some of you
Oh.
react to it. And as you look around, you then all feel the room quake a little bit.
Oh no.
And then you look up, and you see a lot of the earth above you starts to shift, as if something heavy has just either landed, run past, or the ground above you in general is just becoming that softened.
Caving in.
Yes, possibly.
Is it a fucking dragon? Um. Mm,
We'll say though, you do see this small circular blue orb that has this kind of like starlight pattern, and even with the dust in the room, it's the one thing that still has a degree of shine to it. It seems like this one little hole in the front of it that's like just a water filter or something. You can pour something inside of it. It kind of looks like a jug now that you get a better look at it, but it at least has a little star shine.
a jug. Does it make mayo?
Good. Possibly.
Oh. Did it get the weapon? Can I have the jug?
Sure.
Yeah, what a jug!
Okay.
Oh, for God's
It
sake.
takes your soul. The jug is the weapon.
The jug was the weapon all
Inform
along.
itself into a jug just so we take it. I'm like, I don't want that fucking awesome looking scythe, but I'll take this jug.
I got a jug of dust. I got a jug of dust.
So as you pick it up and you kind of look at it, it's a fairly sizable thing, and the
I'm
little
picking it up as I'm running,
okay, so you quickly like yoink.
so I might not have time to look at it.
Okay,
I thought you were flying.
I am flying. I swoop down and pick it up, and then I'm going because I'm assuming that we're all getting the fuck out of here.
Yep.
okay.
Yeah, you.
So then as you all start rushing up the stairs, you're hearing this suddenly large like clump of earth slam into the ground behind you. And as you're running up the steps, a couple of chunks of the wall start to fall in and block your path for a moment, but you manage to run past. Eventually, you get to where the hatch is, and you notice that I got a jug of dust. A lot of the dirt and ground surrounding where the hatch is coming loose, and the hatch is falling inward a little. Are you guys just pushing the hatch right out, or
Yes.
great job pooping? So as you quickly go rush over, slam against the hatch, it goes flying up, and as it flies up, it actually is fully disconnected and goes flying about 5 feet away and slams into muck. You then look up, and before you raise your heads up and out, you see small bits of the fog are still still in place. The area is still slightly poison fogged.
Oh no!
It seems
Are there angry trees?
not that you can see unless you poke your head out.
What do you want to do? I mean, I'm not as affected by poison, but you guys will be.
I will be dead if I go out into poison.
Yeah.
I'm very injured. Like,
No.
very, very injured. As in, if I take a hit point of damage, I'm down again.
Oh my god. Okay. Is like the bit where we come up, is that falling in as well, or is it just like the cavey bit behind us?
The cave behind you, but this area that you're currently in will eventually like fall inward as well.
Oh.
But it's
I
not.
was gonna
It's
say-
not going quickly.
Mm. I'm assuming there wouldn't be enough time for us to take a short rest and use some hit dice.
No.
It's worth a try.
I'm just gonna keep walking towards the exit.
Has anyone got a healing potion?
No.
Oh wait, can you have healing potions?
I, ca-
Well,
I
yeah.
think.
You
I
can.
think
You,
so.
you can.
I'm not in.
You
I'm
can.
not in my vampire queen form at the moment. I'm in my regular.
Oh yes, okay. So the only way you can heal in vampire queen form is by drinking someone's blood. Is that right?
No, I heal by damaging. See, I did a boo-boo last battle, and I actually heal when I damage, but I'm special and I didn't read that. So I wasn't adding healing back on. So I should have actually been a lot more indestructible than I actually was.
What,
Yeah.
you were fucking indestructible as it was? Fucking hell.
Yeah, the way that the sword works is I take, where is it? Half the total damage dealt by this weapon restores you. So every half of the damage that I take, I should have been taking back as healing. Like, I was doing like 10 damage, so I should have been taking
Yeah.
5 healing.
Well, can you not look back, see how much it was and add it on, so you don't die when you go into the fog?
No, because I fell unconscious because I was.
Oh, yeah.
But I shouldn't have fallen
Right.
unconscious because I shouldn't have been low. But I didn't
I
read
see.
because I'm a moron. So yeah, I'm just gonna pretend that the sword was nasty to me because I'd only just reawakened it, and it was like, no, bad lady, no healing for you.
You did
And
nothing.
Grumpy woke me up.
Yeah, it was grumpy because I abandoned it for so many years, so it didn't give me any healing. That's definitely what
I
happened.
see. Okie dokie.
It wasn't a manual error by user. No,
So
no.
you can be healed then?
I can be healed now, but when I'm a
Yeah.
vampire, I cannot. Healing damages me.
I don't think I have any potions. Essetari might have a potion or
I
something.
used my last potion to bring Brewin back.
Yeah, I don't want...
How close are you to?
I'm on 1 hit point.
Yeah, you were stabilized, weren't you? Just stabilized.
Yeah. Trafalgar stabilized me, and that's all I've got.
Even with a healing potion though, that's not gonna be much. And if you got poisoned again,
Well, I'm just going to use cure wounds then.
Thank you. I'm so weak.
is there anything that you can do? You know, like if you tear like a rag off and dampen it and put it over, is that just for smoke? Will that work for the fog? Like, will you still breathe in?
Are you thinking back to World War, covering your mouth with the piss rags to stop?
Yeah, I am a history.
Yeah, I know.
Student.
I am a history.
I couldn't think of the word. I'm like, I'm no longer a history student. I'm a history graduate. I was like, enthusiast, graduate, student. I don't know which I am anymore.
Can I use my second wind if we're not in battle?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I'm
yeah, that's a
I'm
good
gonna
idea.
also use my second wind to roll a hit die. Oh, thank God.
And
Okay, I'm back
any
on suspense.
ability,
Nice.
any ability you have, as long as it doesn't specify you need some kind of combat action, and even then, to be honest.
I used one of my strong will to get 9 hit die. I could actually do that another 2 times if I needed to, but I don't want to like, push it.
I just checked my ability,
Hmm.
and I didn't realise the one that I got from the skeleton. What?
Oh, you're finally looking at it.
I don't think that was there before. I probably just didn't see
You
it.
can do the spooky, scary skeleton dance, Howler.
I can do worse.
Nice.
Oh my god.
Okay, so we're running out of the tunnel because everything is collapsing,
Ooh,
Yeah.
no, that doesn't sound very nice.
but the poison thingy is still there, right?
Oh, bring it to me.
How long is the poison thingy gonna last for?
Who knows?
It was for as far as the... Wait, would the poison not be dissipating if Akiko's gone? Because everything else was...
It might be a natural poison.
No, because
okay.
Akiko was just the guardian of the forest. I don't
Right.
think she was causing it. I think that was just a side effect of being in the forest.
Oh,
For what
okay,
you
I thought-
guys know, she has intimate connection with the forest you're in, but this forest isn't the full expanse of the Yornima. The Yornima itself just has a lot of natural hazards.
Like my life, huh?
I'm saying nothing.
Oh dear. Well, you're healed a little bit more now, but I don't. There's nothing. Is there anything else that we can do? I wish we were higher levels with like plane shift and shit.
Hey, can someone try and message Anriel and Kier and see if the poison has left them? If it's left them, then we know the speed at which it's moving.
Last time I checked, I think that I was too far away. Because I kept messaging them again and again and again and again. But I can try it again if I point back in the direction that I last messaged them.
I thought we got them near the top of the tunnel.
Do
Because we were in a
remember-
tunnel checking.
Do remember that Morthos
Somebody spent inspiration.
Morthos intercepted your messages.
Oh, so you might be able to reach now.
Anytime you sent them a message, he
Oh.
took over the message and replied in their tone.
Oh
Mm-hmm.
no!
What a
Please message them. Oh, please message them. Oh, if they're deadly, I'm gonna be real upset then.
Oh no, yeah, I'm gonna mess. But then I don't know what direction they were in because I pointed.
Just frantically
I'll point that way. I'll just keep pointing in different directions.
I will say, because obviously you guys are in a bit of a precarious, poisonous situation.
We're inside the tunnel still.
Well, yeah, but it won't last long.
Oh no. Okay.
So you spend a good 30 seconds pointing, saying.
That laugh. Damn it.
Yeah, no, there's a thing. And what exactly do you say?
I won't know that he intercepted the messages before, right?
Yeah, he said, right?
He said it.
Oh, did
He
he?
said he did it.
Fuck's sake. I can't remember anything. This is
Maybe
every week.
ask if they're safe where they are.
Where are you? Are you safe? Is anyone
Wow.
alive out there? Can
So
anybody hear
enthusiastic.
me?
So enthusiastic.
I mean, to be fair, I would be too after the 7th time of doing it and pointing in a random direction.
Someone fucking answer!
Are you there? Come on. Jesus Christ, this takes a fucking long time. We're gonna get collapsed by a tunnel if you don't speak up. Come on. Wait, that means that they're not answering. Oh no!
You don't seem to find a connection.
Ah, for fuck's sake.
So they are either not there, dead,
Or
or they are
dead.
not in range.
I feel like they're not in range. I feel like I remember messaging them at one point and it stopped, but I don't know if that was just because of
I'm gonna go with they're not in range because I don't want to feel like they're dead. I'd like to... No, I
Well,
want
we
some
need to
happiness.
look for them then.
We
if they're
can't,
not
there's
dead.
poison.
I'll
Anessa, can you go and check if the poison's still there?
go watch the poison.
Like, you said you were good with poison.
I am. I'm resistant. I'm not immune, but I'm resistant.
Yeah, but all you gotta do is poke your head out for like a second.
Yeah, I will. I just said I'll look into it.
To
Okay.
be fair,
I'll do it.
Was
I
poisonous, or was it something in the fog that was killing us?
I thought it was poison. It was a poison cloud.
Yeah, I think so.
hmm
Because Lee said that you two were alright, but the rest of us were not alright.
Yeah. So I'll go try it. I'll go see.
To be fair, considering for a visual anyway, the tunnel itself is diagonal. The tunnel itself is diagonal. You've been to the top of the stairs, kicked the hatch out of the way, so you can perfectly see up now.
Is it all poisony?
It's still foggy.
Can we see the end of the fog? Is it a cloud or is it just everywhere to the horizon?
It's more like a soft mist. It's not obscuring proper sight anymore, but it's still there. You can
I'll walk
you can
into
see the
it.
sky.
I have a crazy idea.
Fly above it.
Ooh, yeah. I can fly. Yeah. Fly above
You
it.
do that first, but I have an additional idea.
Okay.
So who's doing what first?
I'm gonna hear Bruno's idea first.
I wanted, actually fine, you know, bring Sally's idea, but after the idea, as you said you want to go check, it might not even be necessary for us to check. So, I propose that, well, this is only an afterthought idea if things get to worse, but it might be worth an idea. If the fog is still somewhat thick and we, well, discern it as still being poisonous, us with any forms, well, wings,
Mm-hmm.
might I suggest standing in a line and maybe, you know, pushing the
Flapping real hard.
mist back with our wings, maybe. To create
Flap,
sort of like a, to create some form of a wind pressure, if you will.
That would be interesting. It would be really. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Just singing the conga to myself.
Oh.
I Let's
I
go
was
to the
just
line
thinking-
side by side, not behind and in front of you.
You'll get.
I was thinking that, like, what if we blow the wind and then we act like Unreal and whatever his face is are still alive and we blow it to them and then they die?
Wait, we're all just gonna blow like a normal person blowing on a suit.
No, we've got wings.
Wings.
We flap our big old
Oh.
wings.
Oh, I thought you were like, that would be awful. That would be so useless.
I said of those with us who have wings.
So
Yeah,
blow out the
listen that
birthday
time.
candles.
Do I don't think I have my wings out anymore, do I?
Nope.
No, but two of us still do. Me and Brewin do. I think that's everyone has wings, isn't it?
Hmm.
I have wings sometimes.
Yes, but you don't right now.
I know, but you know, I have them sometimes.
Wait, I have. Oh no, wait. The fly spell doesn't. No, I don't have a third level anyway, and I don't think fly gives you wings. It just makes you fly, doesn't it?
Hmm.
No, it just makes you fly.
Cool. Well, sure. I mean, I'll. Okay, I'll reach my hand out and see if I touch the mist, does it hurt me? Is it poisonous?
Or do you miss?
Nope.
It's not poisonous.
What?
I said nope.
Oh, because I'm just resistant to it. I'm not immune, so it would still hurt me a little bit.
Put your head in, breathe it.
I breathe it.
Take 1 point of poison damage.
Ah, fuck sake. Yeah, it's still poison.
But it's not as bad as it was, is it?
Well,
I'm sure
you get 2
the-
points.
I'm,
And
I'm
probably-
sure I'm sure it was worse last time, wasn't it?
Yeah, but
Poison
I'm
damage.
resistant. Maybe.
Let me just. What have I got in my burglar's pack?
The only reason why I say we try and make some form of a wind tunnel is because if we can push it back, we can either maybe shift it, or if it's a constant storm, we can judge whether how thick it is and whether it would reform or not, and then we need to hatch another plan.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. I just wanted to see if it was worth the effort. And it is poisonous, so we can try that. Do we go out and flap our wingies?
Let's
Has
say
anybody
for
got
now, we're in a tunnel, and using our wings in a tunnel whilst creating wind pressure in a small area, pushing outwards into a larger area, that would act like a funnel. So that would
Well-
create a good amount of pressure, as well as us using our wings.
But then
That is
we
what we
wouldn't we
should.
have to run through that pressure, and when it runs out, we're just in a fog full of
No,
poison.
No,
No,
we're
what
still
I'm doing-
flapping all the time.
not for you to run. Just that we're testing to see how thick the storm is.
Oh, okay.
Because if we're able to push it out and clear the area of the mist, we can actually judge and see how long it takes to reform around the area and see if it's going from above us as well.
Ah, a scientific test. Will we be crushed in the time this scientific test takes?
Let's try it.
Well, the
Flappy,
only
flappy,
other
flappy.
idea that I have is we test this, and then if that doesn't work, well, get a rag or any form of clothing you have, cover your face with it, and we'll fly out.
Cool.
See, I said about the rag thing.
Trafalgar's gonna light the torch like Horace has just given him,
Mhm.
and go and see if it can like burn off some of the mist.
So, do you have any scrying spells?
Thanks.
Anessa?
Me?
Yeah, Anessa, do you have any scrying spells?
Oh, I don't think I have scry.
I think that's a 5th.
Oh, okay.
I have contact with the plane, which is also a 5th level spell. I have no 3rd level spells left. I have 1 second and 2 first.
Scry's a 5th.
Yeah.
Why
Um,
So
is
maybe at
something
some point.
why is one of the objects in my inventory red?
What?
Did you run out of it?
It's got a red box around it.
Oh, ignore it. It
the I-
happens.
The item name is gone, and it's just a red box, so I don't know what was there.
Is it from the compendium and been deleted? I don't know.
At the moment, it just says D. Oh, Lee changed it to
I should cause fear for the mist.
Go away, mist. I'm too scary for you.
Suggestion, mist, go away.
I mean, check your notes, see if there's anything you've mentioned about picking up recently. That's the only thing I can think of. Other than that,
Yes.
Is
as
it not the sword?
I don't have any sword. I have my own sword. It's at the top.
yeah, it's
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
her actual sword she's had from the beginning is the sword.
Yeah.
Oh,
It turned my sword into the sword.
the sword.
Oh, I know what it is. It's Ishi's blade. It's Ishi's blade.
Oh.
That I'm not using, but I just have.
As for
Doesn't need to be
Erin's,
fortune.
Hmm.
Yes.
as for your decision, your action, as you raise the lit torch up to the mist cover, you notice as you raise it up, the fire bursts out wildly,
Oh.
and this horrible smelling fume comes from the smoke and
Ew.
starts billowing out. You do notice a little bit of the mist disappears, however.
Stinky.
Burn it!
I want to get another torch,
I'll give you
light
one
it
of
off the
mine.
one I've got, and dual weld it in front of me. And try and burn off as much as I can. as I
Start
walk.
spinning it.
Yeah, I was going to say start flailing around fire
And
darts.
this is where he multiclasses into monk, huh?
Fire dancer background.
As you
Boy's daughter.
wave it around, you start to see the area for a second becomes clear. The smell, however, it doesn't waft downward, but you do get this small scent of it, and it's like a pungent armpit stink.
Ew, Trafalgar, you stinky.
It's like someone's lit a very powerful fart on fire.
Oh, that's so gross.
It wasn't me. It's the tree farts.
If a tree
Well, I'm
farts
not
in the forest, do you smell it?
But I'm not taking poison damage as I clear the space around me with the fire. I'm gonna keep moving.
Hmm?
The acrid smell.
So as you
Yes.
raise up out of the tunnel and kind of just start waving it in front of you, the smell starts rushing past you, and every now and again you just kind of like.
I'm limping. I'm limping behind Trafalgar.
I would say he can clear a good 5 to 6 feet on his own, but you guys would all have to stay very close or all light torches and do it.
I'll pass my torches out that I've got and we'll light them up.
I'll just keep limping behind Trafalgar because he has my torch and I'm still pretty injured.
Yes.
For me,
I give you a torch if you want it.
I'd
I
already
want
run
to
out.
hold one.
I'd already run out the room. You'd have to run after me because I left when Trafalgar left.
I run out after you and be like, here, torch, after I give out everyone else.
I will hold a torch
Mm.
and wave it, not as enthusiastically, but I will wave
I
it.
am very enthusiastically waving the torch.
Okay.
I singed my hair. Singed like Horace's hair. Oopsie, I hope she doesn't notice.
So
I start patting your head to put out the fire.
as you all start walking,
doesn't
the
notice.
question is, what direction are you going in? Because you don't
Oh, fuck.
currently know where you are technically.
Oh,
Good news,
no.
guys. I have a compass.
Hmm?
Yeah, but which way did you remember?
Do I have a
which way we come
compass?
from?
I
Oh,
don't
do I have a
think you
compass, or
do.
does like Chorus have a compass?
I don't have a clue. Do you have it in your inventory?
God damn it! Doesn't matter. Lilith has a compass.
Ah.
I'm sorry, they blend into one in my head.
How
shouldn't have
dare
called
you.
them two. I shouldn't have called them two L names because it's too much for me.
Now you see the problem
How dare
I
you
have, huh?
mention your other character here?
Well, I found out something about a character. This came in my other campaign, so I know things.
What do you know?
I'm not allowed to tell you because that would be metagaming.
Mhm.
No!
But I know
But
things
I'm-
now.
Oh wait, from this campaign?
I know things.
Oh no! I was
Both
gonna say, but I'm not in that
campaigns are in the
campaign.
same world at the same time.
I
Oh,
know
fuck's
things.
sake. Okay.
Um,
Um,
Holy shit. You're gonna have to fight yourself at one point.
Oh yeah, that'd be so good. We're
That
gonna
would not
snap
be
Lilith.
good. No!
How dare you be another character?
Okay, I don't have a torch, but I do have a map.
Hmm?
Oh no, it's only the iron path. Damn it. Fuck.
For fuck's sake.
Cool.
She's
So
just
can we
pulling all these
connect-
things out of her bag.
We roughly know which direction we approached the tunnel from, right?
Vaguely.
So
Well, we'll
that
head
was coming-
vaguely in that direction.
The only
That was
problem.
coming back from us, from the void, so we want to go past that, so we want to go that way, roughly, right?
I will remind you all you were being guided by Akiko during a mist. So.
The mist was thicker then than it is now, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I'm pretty good at outdoors.
Make.
But wait, can we see our tracks on the floor where we came from?
You know what this forest is. Of course you can't.
What time of day is it?
Do we
Um,
have our footprints?
Firstly, the current time of day is roughly in around, like, the afternoon. You can't tell exactly what, but the sun's still a decent amount in the sky, so maybe like 3 to 6 p.m. possibly.
So it's a little bit late in the night, eh?
Day. As for the footprints,
Do I know?
you cannot.
Do I know which direction the sun rises and sets in this world?
Make an
Ooh.
intelligence check.
Relation to north and a what?
Make an intelligence.
Intelligence check.
Or history.
Intelligence. Yeah.
Nice.
I should hope so.
Oh
bad.
damn!
So
No, it's history.
So from your current perspective, where the sun is going is the direction you should be going.
I'm gonna follow the sun.
Okay.
As we're following, I'm just gonna like shout out Anriel and Kier's name as we're going, just in the off chance that they're nearby as we're travelling.
I'll keep
Extra
messaging
foul.
as well.
I'm just gonna be shushing her, going shush. Something might hear us. There was a dragon. We don't know what's in the woods. Shush.
As you do shout at first, and then he hushes you, you do all feel something's watching you.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
The forest is alive, remember? It's always waiting for new feed.
The ants, the ants. If I'd have got that scythe, maybe it would have been nice to us.
As you're walking along, every now and again, as you are keeping watch, waving the mist away, being filled with nasty scent, you hear the sound of little skitters and the sound of sludge being disturbed.
Nice.
As you look around, you see the ground is very muddied. It's very, very liquidy. Your feet sink about an inch or so. And as you're moving toward the direction of the sun, you see an area that possibly could have been where you went before. You see what looks to be a single sword embedded into a rock, by about an inch or so. You see what looks to be like little bits of scuff marks along the rock as well. The area around that is just a muddied area and a couple of like dead trees. But any other tracks are hidden within the mud, possibly. And you're
Does
looking for them.
tremor sense give anything away that something may be hiding around? If we're hearing skittering noises as well.
You and Anessa both do feel all the way while you're walking. The second you left the cave, you felt small tremors, but you're assuming those are like critters, like insects. You've always felt like a ton of tiny little movements in the ground as you're walking along this land specifically, but nothing alarming yet.
I'm not shouting anymore, but I am looking out for any sign of Anriel or Kier as we're going. Like looking for Anriel's sword thingy, the one on the chain, and
Mhm.
all of that stuff.
I'm carrying messaging as well.
Yep.
Just as we go.
But I won't shout because I've got told off and I'm too tired to argue.
I like that it was Trafalgar that told you off as well.
And dragged you out.
To be fair,
You're
Trafalgar,
kind of
Trafalgar did save my life, so I should probably be nice for a bit.
Whatever it needs to.
Not much really.
We are
We're walking
walking
in the fog. With
in the
torches.
fog with the stinky gas
Mhm.
towards where we think is the right place.
Yes, Trafalgar is found out that we can burn it away. So
Trafalgar
I
using
have
his
handed
hobbit.
swords, torches.
Nice.
So we're burning it.
Sweet. Okay, I'm game with this.
As you continue walking through the fog, burning away slowly but surely, making yourself a little walking tunnel of it, you notice that the fog it's shrinking the closer you get to what you assume is the right path. Along the way, every now and again you'll see these small shrubs that are being currently absorbed by the mud, like literally drawn into it. And as you observe it, you see that it doesn't stop. It's quite literally the mud itself, alive, is dragging these living like shrub creatures into itself. You can probably tell by that something has recently come by here. There's no visible marks or anything, there's no like blood, there's no footprints, but that creature alone being killed out of nowhere and being eaten by the mud, something that doesn't belong in the forest has been nearby. There's nothing that you can see that would tell you what it is. But as you continue walking along, you see a denser forest area. It's still mostly like deadwood and the like, but you can see what's possibly the end of the forest just past this small patch. However, you don't exactly recall coming to this point before, but again, you were travelling through the fog. These trees are similar to the one you found underground that Akiko had made, except they're a little bit smaller in stature. Though as you come within about 60 feet, is there anything you want to do before you pass through them? Do you go around them? Through them? Do you burn the fucker down? I don't know.
You can't go over it. Well, you can't.
I'm not
go
going through it. I'll get beaten
direct.
the shit
Am I,
out.
am I still wearing Akiko's bracelet?
No, it was triggered and destroyed to
Okay,
capture you all.
Trafalgar, I think we should go around them.
Okay, how big are they again?
These trees at the moment are a good like 15 feet tall. They're slender trees, however, but they are still possibly entities that will harm you.
We need to go around them, or Anessa needs to fireball them. Either way, I'm not getting in within 15 feet of them because
I don't think I have a fireball left, I'm afraid.
then we just need to
I-
avoid them, or we'll all die.
I could. But what if they don't like it? Then we might die as well anyway.
I think we just try and avoid them, and if they attack us, then we
So
fireball.
I can do that.
Ooh,
Ooh.
that's a good idea.
Ooh.
But if it doesn't like it, then it might attack us.
Then we run!
Well, maybe we try and go around, and if they do attack, you use that.
Yes,
Yeah, but I need
good
a
idea.
minute to do it.
Try that, and then we just run.
Can you prepare it and hold it and release it if needed?
I don't know. Please.
It's the way it works is it's sort of like you spending time with the plant to do so. It's
Yeah.
not a click magical thing.
Oh, so she would need to get close to it anyway.
Within a relative distance. Like I've left it open-ended because it's one of those where as long as it can get some kind of gauge with you, that's all that matters.
I don't think you should get too close, because if something goes wrong, none of us are in the position to help right now. Everyone's resources are used.
Hmm.
How close together are all these trees?
I've got a couple of swords.
They're spread out evenly, give or take about a 15 to 25 feet range, so they cover a decent area. It would take a good, like, maybe 15 minutes to get around them without interacting with them.
Oh.
Oh,
I don't know.
let's go round. Let's go
Okay.
round.
I think we go around, because I can tell you I have absolutely nothing left in me.
Yes, we shall do it.
Is that agreed on, everybody?
It looks too much like that fox's plants. And I'm not touching it.
I'm currently using my sword to support me walking, so I don't trust I'll be able to swing it properly.
Okay. Then, as you all looking at the trees, take your time to walk around them. Who's it? What's the kind of lineup? Who's front to back?
It's Trafalgar than me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then me. I think Esatari will be
Yeah.
you behind me.
I'll go behind you.
Bruin's at the back.
Over two.
Okay. Bruin, make a perception check.
Okay. Do.
There's this small ringing in your ears, a very faint one, where for a moment you just kind of have to like rub your earlobe, and it's a very quick passing thing. But you turn around, kind of look just to be sure, and then turn back, and that weird ringing seems to have stopped. But there was a moment where something felt like it breezed past you just gently and caused that ringing. But you can't decipher exactly what it was. So, as you continue on, making your way around the small forested area, you eventually come across a patch of ground that looks to be just simple, rough land. Dead, but not muddied. Nor do you see any trees or wild growth. It is as close to a Sahara in the desert as you'll find right now. And as you continue wandering, with no shade and no longer any mist obscuring you, you each take a deep, hearty, full, fresh-aired breath. Is there anything anybody wants to do?
Can I look around and see if I recognise where we are, using the the old memories I've acquired?
So, as of the moment on the map, you are quite literally at the furthest left of the Yornima Void, just outside of its technical range. You are in a path called the Patches, a place known as the Patches solely because it's a part of land that hasn't been touched by the necrotic Yornima, nor has it been touched yet by the sandy, rocky shelves. It's something kind of in between. It is just what it is, kind of thing. But
An enigma.
an enigma
We're north of Arlton,
of Ardbada.
but we're miles away.
And you at least all can have some degree of comfort in this, given that you are now in a more neutral sort of terrain, where beasts and other creatures here will kill you solely because they will want to try and eat you, not because they are controlled to, and not because they are a forest who demands to eat your soul. They will just try to bite you.
Natural order.
Yeah.
if you will.
Survival of the fittest instead of survival of the hungry. Although, to be fair, I guess that's basically the same thing.
I was about to say,
Hmm.
you highlighted the point that they will try to eat us.
Yeah, I guess technically nothing's really changed then. Yeah.
Nothing's really changed. It's just there's less magical slash
It's delicious eating.
yeah.
So, with everything that's gone on, you are now in a technical area where you can probably get away with at least a short rest for a while without any impending threats.
So,
What would everyone like to do?
anyone up for resting, or are we carrying on?
I mean, resting somewhere would be quite nice. I cannot do a tiny hut at this point though because I have no level 3s. So if there's somewhere we can safely rest, or someone looks out.
It would probably have to be a lookout of some sort because it's neutral open ground, unless these described anything otherwise.
No.
I can offer to look out. I don't need to. I don't need to get any spells back.
Are we
It's a
talking
short rest? We
short
won't
rest?
anyway. But
Yeah.
You can get some hit points back.
I would probably prefer to get spells back, but I know it's going to be a long ass rest.
We're outside the range of the forest now, right? Or are we still on the edges of it?
You're outside of the ranges by this point by about a quarter of a mile.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And whilst we're still that close, I don't feel comfortable sleeping. So I'll take a watch.
The only other suggestion I probably have is we can even move deeper.
Yeah.
But we'd probably risk an encounter or something anyway.
Have we come from the? We've moved south, or have we moved north?
South.
So why don't we just move further south, further towards Alden, and then rest?
Yeah.
And then we're more likely to run into any of our friends.
From the point beyond that mark is where the sandy terrain fully begins, and you'll find creatures that will probably interrupt you. As the moment you've, as far as you remember anyway, there's nothing that lives here that's willing to go out of their way to try and eat something that isn't naturally growing anyway.
There's nothing here that's going to eat us. But if you feel more secure, we could move slightly more south. But the further south we go, the more likely we are to run into beasts that are looking for food to the north.
How far away is Anessa's sugar daddy's tower?
The tower is over here.
Far away.
They say we just rest up for now. We're in a relatively safe position. The stuff from the Yornamer's not going to follow us here. They want easy prey, and the stuff to the south isn't going to come this far north.
Well, if we want to have a long rest, if we could maybe, I don't know, use survival checks to find somewhere that's okay to rest, then I don't mind watching for a little bit if someone then takes over so I can have a rest too.
I don't need to sleep, I don't think.
You need
I just
to
need to
heal.
meditate.
Okay.
Okay. Is it like the elf thing where it's like half the time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, because I'm half drow, so I'm assuming I follow the damp. The Damphners don't need to breathe or eat.
Okay.
So I assume it follows the same rule that I don't need to sleep, I just need to meditate.
Well, how about if I watch for your meditation and then we swap?
Yeah.
That be okay? And while I'm watching, then I'll keep messaging to see if I can find what's his face.
I just give a thumbs up, and I just take out my cloak and curl up into a ball at the closest area and immediately lie down.
Well, I was going to ask if everyone else is okay with that, but it looks like that's what we're doing.
So are you guys?
Let's go!
Are you finding a place to rest first, or just camping immediately?
Well, she's curled up, but I'm going to see if there's anywhere nearby that would be better.
Yeah, if you find anywhere better, wake me up. But I'm just
I'm not very...
nap here.
Is anyone particularly good at survival? Because I'm not. I've got +0.
Trafalgar said he's staying up still, right? Or is he
Yeah,
taking a
Trafalgar's not sleeping whilst we're this close to the forest
Never
still.
mind.
Oh no. Well, Can I do a survival check as well, just in case?
Yeah.
It'll be shit, but... that's not bad.
There's
Worse.
there's two places that you can kind of determine from where you are at the moment. Ahead of you, there is a small downward slope that leads into a valley with a hangover bridge. You could probably stay down there and be mostly ignored by anything that's around here except for something subterranean. But even then, you'd have to be constantly active for them to know you're even there. But there is also a large mound of earth that looks kind of like a small hill that's about a 5-minute walk away that you can see in the distance. And from the look of it, you could probably stay on top of the hill and have a nice eagle eye out on the rest of the area around you. You could plausibly even use a couple of the... Technically, they're more like palm trees. But there are these bent over, very heavily arching trees that make a sunshade. So, it's up to you. Under or over?
Should we do the hill?
You gotta come wake me up, dude. I'm already meditating.
Picks you up, throws you.
Is she meditating next to one of those places?
No.
At least. Ah, for fuck's sake. Brewin, lift her up so we can move her.
I'm awake. I'm awake.
She was just pretending like that child that...
No, like I'd rather not be carried by Brewin. That's Esatari's job.
I frown.
I will limp in the direction of the hill.
Okay. So as you all...
When I get there, I'm going to bed.
Okay, we go up to the hill.
As you get up over the hill, you have a... the hill itself goes up for about 15 feet. Not really a climb, it is more of a walk. And then you see a drop down of 15 feet at the top of the hill. As you get to this top part of the hill, you notice a lot of these cratered areas that have that similar underground thing you saw back there, where there's this small dug out area that's possibly where people have also slept for the night if the sun was too hot overhead. But with who's staying up?
Trafalgar.
I was going to.
To be fair, for a short rest, all you have to do is light activity.
I thought we were doing a long rest.
Yeah, I think we decided on a long rest so we can get all our things back just in case something attacked.
Okay.
Because then...
I only need the 4 hours and then I can stay up the rest.
Yeah. if you're okay with it being a little longer, then I can keep messaging for that 4 hours and see if I get anything back. But if we're not bothered, I could just take the rest and it'll just be the normal 8 hours.
Well.
So it'll be 8 or 12. Should we just do the 8?
I think so. If
Okay.
Trafalgar's not going to sleep anyway.
Okay, I'll go to sleep then.
I'll wake up.
Trafalgar, keep a sharp eye.
I'll wake up after 4 hours and join Trafalgar.
I'm curling up with my rug. And near Esatari.
Trafalgar, make a perception check.
No pressure. Nice.
Yeah, no pressure. So, while sat up, the camp is sort of constructed. Mostly people just needed time to just stop. So enough to sleep on, and a little bit of food is made, and you're kind of just there, looking out into the distance. You turn around, keeping your eye on the forest just to be sure nothing's following. And as you're looking toward the forest, you kind of just about from this distance see above the canopy the one of the towers of this massive, what must be a massive castle in the middle of the Yonima. And you see this weird discoloration around it that has a sort of bubble shape almost, that has a kind of blacky purple electrifying energy that wafts around it every now and again. And as you kind of just look in around a little bit more, you start to look in the skies above it, look around it. You see a lot of these little black dots that are floating around the skies above it. The skies above it, which also are just these absolute blackened clouds. They themselves might as well be an electric maelstrom of just evil. And then you kind of turn back around again, looking ahead of you. You see the rocky shelves. You just about also make out the tower from here, mostly covered by the rocky shelves themselves. And the tower itself, now that you're looking at it, it doesn't have that weird filter over it anymore that was set up to deter people from seeing it in the first place. And the only reason you can see through it anyway, or at least know that it's an illusion, is because you've been there. But now there's no illusion in the way in any regard to you. And you look a little further ahead, and though there are a couple of trees and small mounds of earth and a large set of smaller mountains that are clustered that kind of block your view of Alden, you at least can tell by the terrain that it is in the direction ahead of you. After about 2 hours or so, you're keeping an eye on your Nima, and coming from the canopy, from where the forest is, you see an assortment of these dog-like creatures with faces that have been mangled, or possibly not even that. They look like they're some kind of monstrosity with the guise of a dog-like creature. And one sits at the border of the forest, looking out towards the terrain you're all currently in.
Oh no.
Then another grotesque, four-armed, massive upper-bodied creature stumbles towards the dog-like creature and stands behind it. And then more grotesque iterations of other creatures join them until there's this cluster of about 10 of them sitting at the edge of the forest. You know that the forest itself is all plants, and anything that would aggress on you would have already tried, and of course would be a plant. These things are monstrosities, and they're sat waiting, and you feel as if their eyes are on you. As far as you can tell, they can't see you, but you feel that slight bit of paranoia start to build. As the hours do tick to 4 hours, you see as more and more and more smaller creatures come running by and filling up this, what once was just 10 creatures, these monsters. Now a small horde of forces have amassed. What look to be zombies, skeletal creatures, all kinds of amalgams. It's it would not be a far cry to call this an amassing of a small army, but they still sit at the border of the forest, as if they're waiting for more, or waiting for something to
Oh
join them.
no.
Is there anything you want to do?
We've had 4 hours, right? Everyone slept
Mm-hmm.
The others need another 4 hours.
for a short rest.
But they're doing a long rest. They need their
They're
spells back.
doing a long rest. Cool.
Yeah.
Shit.
I'll yawn. I'll yawn and like sit up.
I mean, it's up to you if you need to wake us up or anything, but we're sleeping.
They need the full 8 hours to get their slots.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's just.
God
I'm
damn
all-
spellcasters.
I'm all good.
Hey!
I'm back to normal.
I'm gonna drink the last of my healing potions that I have. So, 1d4 plus 4.
It's 2d4 plus 4. Well, to be fair, it depends
Oh, I
on
think-
what grade, but
Yeah, I think it was a minor one. It was wrote 1d4 plus 4, so that's what I'm gonna. Oh, that's not good.
Oh.
you're just.
No.
I just imagine you're there, like hand throttled, shaking. You're just like spilling it.
You miss in your mouth. Trafalgar, you're meant to put the potion in your mouth.
Well, someone's having to try and keep it together today, and it's me. Brewin got knocked out. Anessa got knocked out. Esatari's probably gonna get knocked out if she'd been in the fight any longer.
I mean, you've
You
also
didn't
been
fare too well.
you got knocked out as well, Trafalgar.
Yeah, but look at me. I'm healthy.
Sure.
Do we wake the others about that?
About what?
The army on the edge of the forest over there?
Can I see the army?
As you turn and look to where he points, you do notice the weird, grotesque figures waiting.
Do I see the castle as well?
Make a perception check. Oh yeah, fucking 25s, Jesus. You see one of the spires, and you see the little flashes of electric every now and again.
Do I recognise it?
hmm The tallest spire of the tower is where the spyglass would have been. A very powerful spyglass at that. Arcane imbued too, so it can see for quite a distance.
Ah. Well, I think I know why they're there, Trafalgar. You see that big spire?
Yeah.
That's where my, well, previous me's arcane spyglass was. And when previous me shuffled off the mortal coil, I'm assuming Vantress took up residence in the castle. And she can probably see us right now.
Oh no.
I assume that army is hers. That or they've reacted to the reawakening of Sinita. I'm not sure which. Either way, we might need to move soon.
Well,
But they're not moving.
and when they do, we'll wake these guys and
Run.
we'll just run.
I think we need to try and wait out as long as possible, because without their spell slots, there's not a great deal that Anessa and Brewin can do to help us if we get downed. We kind of need their magic
Spell slots.
for surviving.
You mean the two that can fly won't get out? I think I should worry about us.
I more meant that if we go down again, we have no healing potions, and the only ones with the magic to do anything, they can't do anything without their magic. We've got to let them rest.
Yeah. Let them rest.
Any sign of the others?
The others,
Anriel, Kier, any of the soldiers?
if they're alive when this army's gone through the forest as well as the forest itself, I don't think so.
Perhaps they got out earlier than us. Maybe they were lucky and they just kept running until they got out.
Do you believe in luck, fate, and destiny? Really? You told me your cards were just a trick.
Oh no, my cards aren't a trick. They're a means to an end, but they're still messengers, I suppose.
Well, maybe they did get out then.
Oh, well, I suppose that at least one of them did. Or we've led more people to their death, and clearly, as I've learnt, I've done enough of that in my 2 lifetimes.
Lycoris. Roll a
Yeah.
D100.
Never roll well on D100s.
I never know
Wow.
which way's the good one.
Oh,
You, as you start to, mention really Destiny and the like and the cards, there's this weird throttling feeling that you feel in your chest for a moment, and you feel as if your blade is trying to communicate with you, and you get the sensation that it's not an aggressive intent. It seems it's trying to tell you something about your destiny, but it doesn't seem to be able to communicate that well while you two have a strained relationship. And as you're getting that sensation and possibly trying to block it, you feel as if the blade's trying to summon itself, but it stops. You feel your kind of like a second focus starts to attract your attention to Chloe Anessa's stuff.
Hat.
she got a piss pot in her possession.
That's the pot.
Pot.
Fuck me!
She got the piss pot.
The jug.
Jug.
What about the jug? I'm
It
plugging the
falls
jug
to-
and my rug.
The
It
dog
falls
calls
to-
to me.
It's more your sword is pointing toward it, or toward her in general, to be honest.
Me?
I will take a risk and summon the sword.
Oh
I'm-
god, she's gonna
I'm-
kill me.
I'm moving away from Trafalgar when I do this.
Mhm.
I will summon the sword and go towards Anessa. I don't
Oh,
want to
no.
look threatening. I'm not looking threatening here.
Is it because I stole the jug? I'm a sinner.
On
The
for just a few minutes.
I'm sleeping with curled up with my rug and my jug, completely oblivious to her standing over me with a fucking sword.
the
That
weapon
kills sinners.
But the weapon isn't seeming aggressive right now.
the weapon, kind of like a divining rod, it angles you to point toward her, and then you feel a weird attention pull toward where your cards are.
Okay. I'll take my cards.
As you take the cards, you pull them out, and as you turn them to the first card that faces you, you see the cup. And the sword starts to almost like vibrate while pointing toward her. As if, again, it's trying to tell you something.
Cup. A cup's like a jug.
Mhm.
Can I gently take the jug from her.
I'm clutching it.
So, make I guess technically a grapple check, so athletics check. And obviously, Chloe, you do athletics too, because
Oh,
Oh!
I'm not trying to wake her. I don't want to wake
I
her
do
or worry her
athletics as
or
well.
Mhm.
any of that.
Should have slap-handed it.
So,
I snore a little bit and turn over with the jug still clutched in my arm.
so as you try to gently pry it, she's like still holding onto it. She kind of just not wakes up. She kind of just starts turning over a little bit, and your hand is pulled away, and she's just like wrapped in her lovely, lovely little what was it? Carpet.
Yeah, my little
Yeah,
rug.
your little rug.
Jug.
Okay,
Lovely jug.
I'm gonna turn to Trafalgar and say, Trafalgar, I need the jug.
I'm rubbing my cheek on it in my sleep. Ah, so
Okay,
slimy.
Trafalgar, you're good at this. I need you to get me the jug.
I'm gonna give you a look that says, "This is unusual. You tell me off for this usually."
I'm,
And I'm gonna
I know. Just please, I need the jug, Trafalgar.
walk over and rub my hands, get them all nice and warm. And I'm gonna try and just whip the jug out from underneath the Nessa.
Make a sleight of hand check.
Juggy,
Fair.
jug.
Make an athletics check against him, Chloe.
Oh no, I'm not gonna beat that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ah,
I really wanted you to be honest.
I know.
She's like, no one can have the jug. No one.
I love
this jug,
my
Um, Chloe, roll a Constitution check to see if you wake
What the
if you
fuck
if you
did
if you
do?
wake up or not. Calm down.
Okay.
To
Constitution.
see if you explode.
Oh, what?
Yeah. Oh. Well, I guess that's up to you, really. Do you wake up?
No, I want to keep sleeping.
Okay.
I want my rest.
So.
I just sprawl out under my rug like, oh, my jug. I love my jug so much.
And-
My rug, my jug and my rug.
I love things that rhyme.
I
just imagine that as the jug is taken out of your hands, you're just like holding onto your bosom, just like, oh, my jug.
Oh, my jug.
Jugs.
So
Jugs. I really love her and go to Esther Tart. No, I won't do that.
She suddenly
It's
rolls
all-
over a lot. It's like, oh no, other jugs. Yeah. So as
Not
you snatch the
First
jug away
poison.
and
Does
hold
the
it.
sword react?
As it's held in front of
Let me
you,
get a chance to look at it.
the sword stops the gentle hum vibration, and you feel the sword disappear from your hand. And now that you've got the jug in hand, make a
Who
perception.
said I gave it to?
He's still
Fair.
holding it. I'm pointing my sword at it, seeing if I'm getting a reaction. Trafalgar's still holding it.
I mean,
I didn't
well,
even get to
fair.
look at it yet. I forgot to say one before we rested.
Either way,
Damn
though,
it.
it's still close enough. So perception or
I
arcana,
pushed the sword away. An arcana? Oh god.
or perception.
Oh, I'm gonna do perception. Ignore the arcana. My arcana's shit.
Oh, it's a good job you chose perception, man.
There's this. It's kind of alien, whatever it is. This feeling, the jug itself, the little starlights that are painted around it, they have an actual unnatural light that emanates from them. As you look at it, some portions of the jug, of course, are held currently by Trafalgar, and some parts of the light are covered, but you do see the light spread out across whatever portion of it is covered. It is constantly emanating a magical light, and even while just looking at it, you can tell there's something more to it, but it's other than quite literally, it feels empty when you're looking at it. It is wondrous, though.
I want to reach forward and put my hand on it.
Okay. So,
Triple velvet.
do you,
Is Trafalgar gonna let me?
I'm just holding it just without your reach, and I just want to insight check you and see what you want to do with it.
stick it up her butt?
Oh no.
That's not...
Do you intend to attempt to deceive him?
No,
Okay.
I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to deceive him. I probably look confusing because I'm listening to a sword, but he doesn't know I'm listening to a sword.
Mm.
And you've just taken a sudden interest in a joke that was meaning nothing to anybody 10 minutes ago.
And I
Let
also
me-
pulled out. I
excuse
also
me.
pulled up my sword and walked towards Anessa. So,
It did mean something to someone.
You
but I've
Yeah, well,
put the sword away now.
Down it.
you defer to the idea that because for a second there you were talking about like weird destiny shit, then she turned around, looked toward Anessa, walked toward her with the sword guiding her. She then looked at her cards. Whether or not you saw what the card was is. And then she removed it, and now she's seemingly trying to gauge something about it, but you can't tell what. But she is. It's kind of one of those guided by a higher power, air quotes, kind of things that you tell from her. Whether or
Okay,
not you
so-
do anything with that, it's up to you.
yeah, no, seeing that it's like not really like any of her own action, it's something else that's just drawing her to it. I will hand it over to her now.
Mhm.
And
Can
then
I
I will
look-
return to watch.
I'm gonna sit down nearish Trafalgar, so if anything goes wrong, he's close enough to do anything, but not too close that if anything goes wrong, it injures him. I'm gonna look in the pot.
So as you kind of like peek into the pot, you see it's very black inside, and then you kind of have start turning so that the light of the sun gets into it. But every direction you turn, it's just this black hole inside.
I'm gonna
Wait.
clear my mind and put my hand in the jug
Okay.
It bites you.
So as you
and just follow the feeling the sword was giving me.
as you put your hand into the jug, it just keeps going and going and going and going.
What? Was the jug a portal that we could have got out
Okay. I
of?
want.
Sick.
Okay. I want to think of. Okay. Trafalgar likes vodka. I'm gonna think of vodka.
You think of vodka?
Does anything happen?
No.
Oh, damn it. That would have been perfect for me.
Trafalgar likes something else, but he can't ever have it again.
Oh no.
No.
I'm gonna try. This is a bad idea, but I'm gonna try and summon the sword in my hand whilst my hand is in the jug.
The sword appears in your other hand.
Okay, I want to try and poke my sword in the jug.
As you
That's what he said.
giggity. As you point the tip of the sword toward the jug, the inside of it, you feel the blade disappear before it would go even a smidge in toward it.
Can I feel anything from what the sword is saying? Like, is the sword scared or angry or suspicious or what? Like, what sense am I getting?
You're getting a feeling that it doesn't need you to do anything with it. It just needs you to. Trying to find the word.
Enable it.
Sure, that kind of works actually.
Enable the jug.
Hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna pull another card and see if the card tells me what to do.
Okay. You. Hold on, because I have to check my own little thing here. You pick up the magician card next.
Oh. Well, I already knew it was magical. I start just sitting, going over all the other meanings of the magician card that I can think of. You know, like thinking of Anessa's sugar daddy and fucking angry necromancer that tried to kill us, and I'm just gonna turn to Trafalgar and say, Trafalgar, what? If I said the magician card, what comes to mind? What do you think of?
Trickery, deceit.
That's
The
Something like
magician,
that.
the magician is usually a representation of pure willpower.
And
It's about taking what you need and molding it into what you desire.
which is
you get this sensation of fulfillment with that statement from the blade.
I can find what I need in this jug. Oh boy! Wow.
The feeling subsides.
Oh. I can make this jug create something.
a soul.
You,
What?
you
Excuse me.
feel
Trafalgar.
you feel your attention pull towards Anessa again.
Anessa can make this jug
You'll
create
fulfill.
something.
You feel
And it's a
your
commit.
Mayo!
you feel your attention pull toward the magician card again.
Anessa is the magician, and Anessa has the ability to use her willpower to transform something using this jug. But all we know what Nessa will do with this, and Nessa will make unlimited alcohol with this.
Yep.
Can I think of
Saving
water
so much money.
and see if it fills with water?
Nope.
So it's not the kind of jug I'm thinking of. So it must be something else. And it needs a magic user to awaken it. I really want to wake her up, but I won't do it because I know she needs to sleep. But I think Anessa needs to use this jug for some reason. I think that's what I'm being told.
You get a feeling of fulfillment.
Okay, I want to take one more card and see what the last card says.
The last card is the High Priestess.
I don't think I like that one.
What does that mean?
The High Priestess means looking within yourself and looking in your unconscious. It's basically saying that to be able to use your outward power, you've got to be able to access your inward power first.
Says every anime ever.
Yeah, basically. Is basically looking to, you gotta listen to your inner voice and your intuition. But also,
Are you
High
saying-
Priestess is magic.
Are you saying this all out loud?
Yeah, I'm just talking this out out loud because I don't want to seem like I'm being secretive. So I'm just thinking out loud. So Trafalgar knows I'm not thinking. Maybe I can kill Anessa now, and then when everyone else is asleep, I'll go for Trafalgar. You know what I mean? I don't want it to look like I'm being, I'm being plotting.
So it kind of sounds like Anessa's the key to making you be what you want to be.
It might not
Right.
even necessarily be about me. The cards don't just tell your fortune; they tell the fortunes of things that are important around you. It could just be that at this moment, Anessa is what we need to solve the situation we're in.
Really, Nessa is going to get us out of this.
Well, the
Sounds
jug,
so doubtful.
the jug needs to be awakened by a wizard, and we only have one of those. And To be honest, the High Priestess could be talking about any of us.
Yeah, we all need some self-reflection, I think.
Does the sword give me a sense on whether it's talking about me or Anessa?
When you focus on Anessa, you get a feeling from it.
Okay, I think the sword is really into Anessa right now. Okay,
That feeling
so-
very quickly fades. No, I'm kidding. It does. It does disappear when you start, joking about it, of course. But
I think Anessa is the key here. From what I understand, at least what the cards are, and well, the cards and the sword are telling me. The sword's not innately evil. The sword is molded by the user, and unfortunately, I think previous me made some questionable choices.
you get a slightly warm feeling to that.
The sword thinks I made bad choices in my past life. But I did have a castle, so... that was a high point, I guess.
And technically a kingdom.
And a kingdom, and a family, so I murdered them.
Mm.
Well, they made themselves be murdered, I suppose. I assume they were aware that, like, Sinita hated betrayers.
Mm-hmm.
And yet they did it anyway.
Mm-hmm. Circumstance led to it.
Trafalgar, I'm going to be honest with you. The sword, it doesn't respond well to sins. So I really can't afford to see you doing any of your skill work, shall we say. Like ever.
Well.
The sword sees it. The sword demands blood, and I don't think I have any control of that anymore.
I think this is something we're going to need to tell everybody when they're awake.
I know, but I don't think I really want to bring up the blood the blood sword that kills sinners based on what I consider to be a sinner.
But you're telling me because I'm the sinner in the party?
I'm telling you because if anyone's going to commit a sin, it's going to be you or Nessa. Brewin's too much of a trying to save the world from itself kind of guy.
Well, he is an angel, after all.
And I think Esatari at this point is basically traumatized by the crimes she's seen us commit so far. So realistically, it's going to be you or Anessa. I don't know if the sword considers petty theft as a punishable sin. The only one I know that it will punish at the moment is attacking defenseless people. And even that's a vague translation of what it considers. I don't think it sees the nuances that we see.
Or maybe whoever's wielding the sword should make better choices in shaping it. That sounds like it's a fucked up sword. It's going to ruin all the fun.
You feel...
Not that I'm attacking innocent people.
You feel the blade... the sensation of... kind of like an anger that runs even through you for a moment. But it subsides when he says the thing about making better choices.
I don't think the sword likes it when you insult it, Trafalgar. It has sentience and it didn't appreciate the joke.
Oh, it could be a great sword, just the people using it. Maybe, you know.
Or would you
Other
rather it be
choices.
me, or would you rather it be Legion or Vantress? Because if Vantress gets her hands on it, we're all dead.
So my choices are you, a woman who's tried to kill us multiple times, or a guy who wants to own my soul for something that everybody's telling me I shouldn't be doing.
Are you, are you, are you, are you comparing me to two people who are essentially supervillains?
No, I'm just saying it's not much of a choice, is it, when you're the best choice?
What does that mean?
Like, you know, if
Have him.
Riven was in the mix, if Esatari was in the mix, you know,
The sword would destroy them. They don't have the constitution for it.
Fucking rude.
Yeah. Like, you're probably right, but still.
Yeah, I
Don't
know,
be so
it's
mean
just
about
you
it.
Just,
Yeah.
You just don't say it.
We know. God.
Oh my god, we totally do it, then we turn away, just like, no.
I'm just the sword. The sword does not. You saw what it can do.
You guys catch in the corner of your eye from the forest's edge as a couple more creatures have landed. And I mean landed, as you see these very shredded, wyvern-like creatures that perch.
How long have we been talking?
I'd say about 10 minutes, maybe.
If we wake
Yes,
them
we-
now, they've got no spells.
but these things are flying. We need. There's no escaping them on foot. If we stay and we leave it until these guys are rested, kind of
if
just
we-
gotta go.
If we go now, are they going to chase? Because if they chase us now, we can't fly. We don't have it. An Essa and Esatari are tapped. If we try and run now and they chase us, we have no flyability left. We just have to run and hope for the best.
Like, don't take this the wrong way, but I dragged you out of the dragon pit back there because this is the Mina. What? How do you pronounce this?
Yornima! Yornima Void.
The
Yornima.
Yornima Void.
Either or.
And I didn't like my chances getting out of there myself. Otherwise, I'd have just gone. I'd have left you. But don't take that the wrong way. So when these things come, and they will, whether we're tapped or not, and we're ready for them, if the worst comes to the worst, I'm leaving. I'm sorry, but that is. You guys are dangerous at the minute, and I can't take the thing I would normally take to forget that, which makes it alright normally.
I think you forget you're just as dangerous as we are.
More so.
You're the one with two. I'm not the only one with two of the relics. Bloody targets on my back. If anything, you're just as dangerous as me.
I'm gonna
You
take
have
my
the power
rapier
of
out.
daylights behind you.
I'm gonna take my rapier out and go and poke the air and go poke poke. Dangerous, yeah. Like seriously, like Horace. You guys can throw fire and things. You basically a god. I'm just here with my little stick, a little bit of metal.
Then why
Poke
did you
some
give?
things.
Then why did you give up the soap? If you're so paranoid about how you are without it, why did you give it up?
I'm not being anybody's slave. Like, if you know, there'll be something else I'll find that'll take the edge off. That'll help me forget. But
I've heard of this great creation called therapy.
That sounds like a good
Coming
drug.
from you.
True.
Why don't you just drink alcohol?
Like the rest of us.
Or if you're that concerned about your abilities, why don't you just find a sugar daddy?
I've just said I don't want to be anybody's slave. Like, It's not me. I want to get away. I want to make my own path. It's the whole reason I wanted to kill my brothers was so I could stand out and be seen. Nobody's shadow.
And there is a second where after he mentions not being anyone's shadow that you see a small glimpse of a figure that
Ah,
is behind him. No, it's nothing bad just yet.
Just
And
yet.
it's maybe it's some kind of weird like trauma induced from all the shit you faced, or you're just imagining things and it's maybe just a moment, but you see a form with exactly the same shape as him behind him, cloaked in a black and grey robe, his hair a little bit longer, his eyes with a delicate glow to them, and you see a not exactly stronger physically, but you see a mentally more fortified and far more developed man than the addict that you've seen for a while. You see that shadow behind him for a moment, and then you blink, and you aren't sure if it's yours or the sword's iteration of what you believe that is, but you get the sense that if he does follow along with his path, he follows his, for lack of a more interesting word, if he does follow his destiny, he will become a great man one day. He will be more than he is.
Oh.
seems you're a lucky one, Trafalgar. The sword likes you.
Well, that surprises me considering that a moment ago you were telling me it can't be me or it will want to kill me, so...
Well, actually, the sword has proved me wrong. The sword thinks if you follow your current path, you will, well, become a impressive person. An important person with skills and abilities and blah blah blah.
I like this side of you, like Chorus. Maybe we just need to take you to the brink of death for you to be fun and interesting and kind.
I was always kind to you, you little shit.
Welcome back.
As you say that,
Ah,
the sun is drifting slowly in the sky. Darkness slowly covering the Yornima. You see as half of the forest, Akiko's forest, is being encompassed by it. You've got maybe another hour before the whole forest is covered in a delicate moon-tipped blackness.
oh god. What if they're waiting for nightfall, Trafalgar?
Then I'm screwed. 'Cause I can't see shit in the dark. And these guys won't be fully rested. Do we wake them now?
I think we'll have to wake them now. And if Brewin carries Asatari and Anessa carries you and I run behind, we're just gonna have to do it that way.
If it comes to it, then we will. But let's just wake them and make a move now. And I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna kick Anessa awake.
Okay. So
My rug cushions with it.
I'm gonna just shake Brewin's shoulder.
Why didn't she wake me up?
So
Brewin stirs in his sleep to be awake.
Brewin, wait. We need to go. Now.
What time is it? 5 more minutes.
Anessa, there's an army
3
behind
more
us.
hours.
before anything else, if you guys do want to get hit points back, at least you can roll your hit dice to start that process. Anyone that does get anything on a short rest, you will get it on a short rest. Oh, you will get that.
So I get all of mine because it was the full 4 hours, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's fine.
I'll roll 1 more. 2. That's okay. That's okay. I'll roll another one. 6. Okay. I'm up to full.
I'm full.
I used
That's-
half my hit dice.
As we're getting ready to go, I'm just gonna lean over to Anessa
Actually, no one woke me up. I'm still asleep, actually.
and
Mhm.
and say
Oh, yeah.
and to tell her that she needs to
Oh, no.
protect this jug now, like at all costs.
I will wake Esatari up.
Thank you.
Anessa, you're the only one that can awaken this, and there's something important about it.
I just looked down at my arms where I went to sleep and the drug was the drug was there, and I just look up at her, and I am narrow my eyes.
I'm sorry. It was necessary, but this is really important, and you can't. If you drop anything else. Just don't drop that jug.
And, can't promise anything. I'm quite clumsy.
If you're gonna drop it, I'll carry it myself.
I start like balancing it on my hands, like, "Ooh, I'm gonna drop the jug." Okay, no, I see the glare that she gives me, and I'll just hold it. Like, okay, I'll look after it. Why is it so special? Why did you wake me up? Or did he wake me up?
There's an army. There's an army behind us.
Unless...
when-
Behind us, as in supporting us. Woohoo!
As in, on the border of the Yornima, there is an
Oh.
army of monstrosities that are staring in our direction, and Vantress can see us. Everything we do. She's watching us right now through a spyglass that can probably even hear what we're saying.
Yeah, I
How
don't
did you
think.
figure this out?
Yeah, I don't think she'd be telling us that there's an army. Well, over there, if it was an army backing us, we'd be awaking amongst friendly company. I don't think she'd be wanting us to leave.
Hey, I'm half asleep.
And
So am I, but
in-
I'm used to being woken up abruptly by now.
How far? How? Sorry.
in the purpose of, full disclosure, I'm just gonna look at Trafalgar with I don't want to do this, but I'm only doing it because you told me to. Please don't commit any crimes, because this sword demands the blood of sinners.
Me?
Any sinner. If you strike down a defenseless person, the sword wants blood.
Oh, well, I don't really do that, but does it not like theft?
Does that by any chance mean we get a glimpse of, what we saw back there?
You get a glimpse of what you saw back there, but that, like Chorus, does not disappear until either you are dead or I am dead. There is no middle ground.
So, you said there's an army. Does that mean we're going?
Yes, we need to go, and we need to go now. And in the event of an emergency and they're following us, I think Brewin should take either an Esatari or Trafalgar, and Anessa, you take the other and you fly away as quick as you can.
I immediately lift Asatari up.
Oh,
I am
no,
bigger than you, okay?
I'll run behind. I have everything back now. I won't be as quick as you, but I'm full rested. I can do all of my abilities again. So
Nice for some. How many feet away is that army now?
It's like a quarter of a mile away, so a decent chunk.
I just think we need to move now because they
Well,
may
can we
well.
do it? Can we do it sneakily?
Probably
can
asked this before.
try.
How does my find space spell work exactly?
It's pretty much just find familiar. You take the
Okay,
small
yeah.
time conjure. There it is.
But I thought it was. I was just checking.
Yeah.
Are we going then?
That's yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
Um.
to be honest, as soon as you said there was an army behind us, I've been preparing to be ready to be moving whilst you guys been talking, so I'm pretty much good to go.
I gather my rug and my jug.
So if we need to go, we need to go now then.
Yeah.
Okay. Shall we sneak?
I don't think there's any point us sneaking Inessa. She has a magic arcane spyglass that can watch us from miles away.
But she might not have seen us yet.
If she can find Brewin in the middle of Gustodden through the fucking wind, I think she can see us walking down a hill, Inessa.
Well, I'm going to sneak anyway. If anyone has good survival, can you like clear tracks behind us, or does that make us move slower?
That'll make us move
That
slower.
makes
Even
Okay.
attempting to sneak will make you move slower.
Ah, for fuck's sake.
'Cause the-
right,
the
we'll
in-
just go then.
The intention is
I
to
look-
make
I
sure
look
you're not
to
doing anything.
Trafalgar.
Okay.
I look to Trafalgar and just say, well, looks like we're having a trip together. Hope you don't mind.
Only if the worst comes to the worst,
But now we
Before
go by
then?
foot.
we're on foot.
Hey boy, I'm gonna have to stay close to you, mate.
I'll walk at the back.
I will walk second to the back then.
In close to his mummy.
Close to my mummy.
So as you all begin to waddle on, making
Can I just say, at the top of the hill when everyone's gone, I'm going to turn back round, because I assume Vantress can see us and hear us. And I'm just
Give it a
going to say, thanks for keeping my seat warm.
I was gonna think
I'll have it back later. And then I'll go.
as you
Don't
all
anger her.
begin pacing off,
Oh, she's angry already, I don't think it matters.
walking through
Sent a fucking dragon after us.
walking through the broken land, as you're pacing on, looking back every now and again, the hill that you're on kind of blocks the view a smidge, and the land is taking a more downward arc. So bit by bit you're losing sight of the forest, but from what you saw while walking a good 10 or so minutes into it, the last time you had view of it, they were still stood still by the edge of the forest, keeping an eye on the sky above and trying to follow the remnants of the sun. You keep moving on, moving ever closer, spending the next at least hour or so getting to the edge of where the desert begins. Looking back every so often, you still don't see anything. By this point you're fairly sure that the moon has eclipsed over the forest itself. But as of yet there's been nothing in the sky and there's been nothing on the land. Continuing
Hear any howls?
Continuing forward for about another hour or so, you cross the desert, or into the desert. The land itself is softer, and you see a couple of cacti. You see these large, sloping mounds of sand that are blown away by these very warm winds here and there. There are small tips of mountain that lead as you get a little bit closer towards the rocky shelves, which, for the sake of directional context anyway, where would you guys like to move toward if you can help it? Are you going just straight forward toward Alden, or are you moving along the rocky shelves?
I think the straight to Alden is the safest.
Yeah, because Sugar Daddy in the tower can't do anything. Right?
And if
Can't interact.
there's an army coming, we need to
Let
warn
Alden
Alden.
know. Yeah.
Okay. So as you...
Whilst we're running, can I just pull a card whilst I'm thinking about Kier and Anriel and see what I get?
Oh no.
You pick up. Wow. This isn't what I think at all. Hope they're dead, hope they're dead, hope they're dead. You pick up the Fool card and the Death card,
Oh.
Mm.
but you can't seem to determine which one equals who. Whenever you think about, specifically like Kia for example, your attention isn't swayed one way or the other.
So does that mean both of them?
Neither card is good.
What does the Fool mean?
The Fool is the story of someone's path towards completion.
Okay.
It's sort of new journeys that are full of exuberance and energy, but completely unaware of any danger.
Oh no.
And the death, well, death means,
He did. He real did.
well, death means the cycle's coming to the close and something's being sacrificed to continue on.
Oh no, we sacrificed them.
I feel slightly sick now.
So as you continue running forward, with that in mind, there are a couple of creatures you encounter along the way, though they're very quick and easy to dispatch. They do eat up a small bit of time, an assortment of small, weird, monstrous, like mole creatures and these sandy, wolf-like creatures that have these kind of like quilled backs, and a couple of odd elementals here and there, but they don't actually hinder any movement that you have along the way. And you do notice, more so than anything, that they seem to direct you away from any more extra dangers. Whether or not you choose to take that path and allow them to direct you is up to you. But a good half hour of time is eaten with all the things that block your path. And as you're continuing on, and you look back, at this point you get to roughly about here after a 4-hour journey, rushing forward. By this point, the sun has just melted into Gustodden. Over there by this point, and you are fully eclipsed by the moon. The sight of something floating in the sky above you, with the clouds no longer hindering sight of the stars, though something black eclipses a couple of them as it flies past. And as you're all looking around, some of you turn back, making sure there's nothing behind you. You see nothing as of the moment, but then you see more things rushing across the sky past you. Nothing of a fully scary size exactly, though as some of you look up, can I have some perception checks please? And if you don't have dark vision, do it with disadvantage.
Oh, look.
Oh god, that was
Only one without dark vision, I think.
No.
Perception?
Mm-hmm.
both. Ooh. Trafalgar did better than me with disadvantage.
Ah, shit. I'm just hooking my rug
As you're all running,
And the jug, huh?
and the jug.
as
I'm
you're,
displaying just how securely I'm holding it
Oh good.
till I got it.
as you're all running along, you, of course, are looking up as these things are flying past. Trafalgar and Lycoris, you both notice the wingspan is that of the wyverns, and they've flown ahead. They're possibly scouting, or they're possibly on their own mission. You see wrapped in their clawed feet is a couple of a like bundle of zombies and skeletons. They're clutched, and they are flying directly toward Alden.
Vanessa, I think you need to fly forward. I think you need to go ahead of us. You need to warn them.
What?
These
Above
Should I take Esatari too, or will that slow me down?
it will slow you down a little.
It will slow you down.
Okay.
You're the only one who can fly for prolonged periods.
Well, Brewen can fly now as well, right?
Yes, but Brewin's only lasts a certain amount of time.
Nope.
He got upgraded when he sat on the altar.
Yeah, Brewin and Anessa, I think you need to go ahead. You need to warn them.
I will note, as you guys are talking, they have already got at least 100 or so feet away from you.
Oh God.
They are wyverns.
What?
Go.
Okay.
Warn them.
Go.
We fly.
Stay low.
So you two
Dash, 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 dash.
burst your wings forth and immediately start flying across the wondrous.
Am I the...
Yep.
I'm the only one left with dark vision in this group now, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Well, I didn't
Brewin's
have it.
gonna have to lead Anessa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be fair,
Okay.
I would say because of his wings being shining ones as well, he can act as a beacon for her.
Yep. I was gonna say. I
Hopefully
didn't
not
even-
do anything else.
That's the only thing. Yeah.
Mine are black, so I'll be okay.
Esatari has the weird vision, right, where she sees purple around things.
I can
Mm.
see Fey shit.
Mm-hmm.
Is it not like? Have you ever seen like Pitch Black, Chronicles of Riddick, or something like that? When he takes off his goggles and he sees the colours around everything,
Mm-hmm. Kinda, yeah.
like echolocation almost, but not quite for her.
It is.
You can
sort of
perceive
like
the
that,
world around you in a brighter way.
If there is Fey stuff, I think.
But I'm just gonna grab both of their hands and start running with them.
yeah. Okay.
I will allow myself to get dragged along this once.
Take it or leave it, huh? You can't see.
Yeah, that noise to bother me.
Yeah, but I could pull out a lantern.
I mean, if you want to pull out your lantern, then you pull out your lantern. But I will
Oh,
just hold it.
I'm
gonna
happy
let
to
you
hold
just-
hands, it's okay.
I'm just gonna let you drag me along.
Esatari, not Esatari, sorry, Anessa, as
Uh-huh.
you and Brewin are flying forward, about a good couple of seconds go by, and the jug in hand with its little bit of starlight acting as its own little light source for you.
Ooh.
You, after flying for a couple of seconds, you feel the jug kind of gets colder, but it's not cold to the touch, so to speak. But you know it's cold, and you kind of look down a little bit confused. You feel this sensation from holding it. Make an Arcana check.
Oh, for fuck's sake, it better not be cursed. Please be good, please be
Everything
good.
is cursed if you think about it.
Ooh.
This is a strange sensation, since usually it's 100% willing. It is trying to engage an attunement with you.
Oh. Well, can I tell what would happen if I attune? Like, is it good or is it bad?
You don't know.
Basic. Am I already attuned to something?
You can
Did I
attune to
attune
at
the
least
dust dagger?
You can attune to
3.
3 things, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, oh god, sure, I'll attune to it.
Okay.
I'm desperate.
So over the next minute or so, as you're tuning and flying along,
Mm-hmm.
the sensation goes from cold to a slow warmth, and as you finally attune to it, there's this snap sensation and a burst of liquid, this pure, it looks like water, but it's solid, but it is a liquid. It's strange. It flows out from the mouth of it and surrounds you without grip. It floats around you, and you are covered in a bright starlight. As that
Oh
happens,
no, I'm gonna be a beacon.
you then see 4 small little markers, each of a different colour: a yellow, a purple, a red, and a green. They all float out of the mouth of it, and they each also float around you. 2
This is cool.
attaches, 1 each to your shoulder, and the other 2 clip very lightly, like earrings, onto your ears.
Mmm.
And as they all flow out, you get this rush of a realization of what the item can do for you.
Oh.
I will actually
Would you-
also...
Can it
would you-
teleport? Because that would be real handy right now.
It would be very
No.
handy. I was thinking when it was pitch black, I was like, can I go through it?
I was gonna try and stick my head in there, but then I thought, no, that could end real bad. And everyone.
I've got to refresh my roll 20, I'm sorry.
That's
It
okay.
keeps dragging my character sheet along with it, like wherever my mouse goes, and it's really annoying.
Yes.
Even though I've clicked it. I'm very excited to see what it do.
It is... Hold on, let me put it in your inventory, because... it is on the screen right now, if you want to click on it. It's near the top. Capsa.
Let me see, let me see.
You and Connor can see it at the moment.
It's a jug with a name.
Mhm.
Nice.
Ooh! Oh, it's so pretty!
Wait, where is this?
It's at the top of the... where you'll find character sheets list. Well, not the top, but it's one of.
I don't see it.
Oh my god!
Oh, sorry, hold on. I put it... That was weird. There you go.
Yeah, I see it.
Ooh.
You get the sensation that what you gain from it right now isn't all it has.
Wait, so all... So do I know all this text that's on here? Is that what I recognise it has?
But you get the
Okay,
feeling
but that's
that
not all of it.
it's just at the
Damn.
moment you feel as if you're not connected enough with it. Its true potential isn't revealed.
Ooh. Oh man, this is pretty cool. Okay.
So the rest of us back there are like, whoa, what's that bright light by Vanessa?
It's me!
Oh god, why is Vanessa on fire?
She's dead, she's
I
dead.
hope the wyverns can't see me. Maybe if I flew up higher, they'd just think it was a comet. I don't know. It's a very pretty. Does it make me fatter?
For the current situation, why not?
Ooh, I was being cheeky.
Enjoy the fun of temporary haste.
Woo!
Um,
See ya, sucker! I just fly past
Ow.
him.
Okay.
So, as...
Does that mean she's starting to outpace me?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
easily. With all the dashes she can do, yeah.
Zoom, 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 zoom! Gotta go fast.
So as it surrounds you in that weird liquidy starlight,
I
and
suppose I just exist.
you feel the power coming out of it. You feel invigorated and start flying with this intensity. You have multiple colours that are draping off, like dripping water from the tips of your wings as you're flying along, and suddenly just zooming the fuck forward. The wyverns are in sight for the pair of you, but they are still a good, 100 feet away and getting very quickly closer to Walden. But it will still take at least a good 30 minutes or so at full speed for them to get there.
What about Vanessa's full speed?
At this rate, she'll get there in 20.
Vanessa, go!
Zoom, zoom, zoom! I fly.
With the rest of you at the back, you feel a little worried for the others. You do see all of a sudden as Anessa has this weird thing that wraps around her, but loosely, and then she just fucking disappears into the distance. You can still kind of make out the little spectral lights that her and Breven are emanating, but by this point they're just zoomed off. And as you're rushing forward as quick as you can. Turn back. Still, at the moment, you don't see anything following. You just continue running.
Yeah.
As well as a Tari, were you intending to use Find Familiar?
Just, I was,
It's fine, Faye.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was just wondering how big a thing it could summon, really.
Mm.
It's small.
Can she get a Faye horse and ride it?
Sure.
That was the kind of thing route I was going down.
I summon a unicorn!
Yeah.
Whee!
Hey man, if you want a unicorn.
Can she actually have a unicorn?
Yeah. The limit is her imagination and spell slots.
That is the last bit. Imagination. Oh, and stuff.
This is like disclaimer. Spell slot limit may apply.
Terms and conditions.
I mean, I could do that, but I don't have dark vision, so then I'm riding off into the darkness on my own.
Shove Lycoris on the front, get her to ride it. Imagine that scene. I am the Queen of Evil, the previous vampire lordess. I'm riding a unicorn! With a blade of blood
the
death.
unicorn's horn give off a little glow? Because would it not be a Fae thing, or is it not that?
It would be Faye.
Twould.
So it would give you a purple glow then, you'll be able to see it, right?
Emo unicorn.
Well, as Lycoris mounts it, it turns into the Scottish folklore.
Hurting my eyes.
The thing that eats people.
Oh god. So, do you want to summon Facorn?
I mean, I could, but again, that means we're splitting up yet again.
Can always have them jump on it.
Yeah.
Gonna take all three of us.
It would have it would have slightly less
Trafalgar's
speed,
only
but
little.
How many foot can a unicorn move?
I'll say the same as a draft horse, plus a
How
little
many
bit more.
foot is that?
That is 40 speed.
I'm 35 speed already.
Hmm.
So I'm only slightly behind horse.
But you're currently having to go at the same speed as me,
True.
if you're holding up my hand.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. Can all three of us sit on a unicorn?
Yeah, it would.
Dash.
To be fair
Yeah, we
though,
might.
the more you guys have to strain yourselves, the less you'll have resource-wise, and you could end up exhausting yourself. You have been running for a while.
Maybe we jump on your unicorn then. Wow, I didn't think I'd have that sentence today.
Alright.
Unicorn.
Well, unicorn time.
Okay. Do you have any way you would like to desire to summon a unicorn?
I hadn't thought this through.
Most people never do. Don't worry. It's a beautiful moment. You just take your time.
Just vibe with it.
I guess I'll stop the other two for a moment.
Mhm.
And,
Is that the sound of someone cracking a cold one too, being on the unicorn?
No, yes.
Unicorn day.
unicorn time.
When we stop, I'm just looking at her like, what are you doing?
And yeah, they'll just be kind of just a gathering of like pale gold lights that just form, and then there's a pretty unicorn.
It's a majestic beast.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Snowy coloured? Question mark?
Yeah. Classic. Can't go wrong.
With a beautiful long golden sexy horn, because everyone loves a good horn, and just an air of whimsy and wonderment.
I don't even know what rhymes with horn.
Mm.
Horn.
Horn.
Are we climbing on that then, Satari?
It might be easier than running all the way to Alden, don't you think?
Oh, okay.
Don't worry, it won't clash with your aesthetic at all.
I'm giving her side eye, but I will climb on the unicorn.
On the steed.
as
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 they
you
call it,
reach
Steve.
as you each climb on,
I
um,
support that.
and begin mashing the unicorn, it starts a gentle stride.
Unicorns don't mush.
Shut up, you. They mush in my world. Deal with it.
Ah! Yeah!
Yeah.
Yeah!
As it begins to stride onward, it gets to what's currently a reduced 35 movement speed, startup. And then as it continues on for a couple of seconds, you notice as it starts gaining speed, or more specifically, you start to notice as the world around you starts to blur, as the unicorn face steps a couple of steps forward. Every couple of steps, a few more steps disappear into its stride, and if you want a more technical version, it currently is running at equivalent to 45 movement speed a turn.
Ooh.
And that's not counting if you dash, which you of course will.
We are.
So
So we're basically getting 90 foot a turn.
mhm.
Nice.
And so
Zoom zoom.
as it starts
At
charging,
this point, they're just going to outpace me, and I'm going to be the last one.
you're gonna have to hang on to them, just like wait for me.
Hold on to the tail.
And as you're charging along, a couple of minutes go by until you can finally see Brewin a little bit better in the distance. But dead ahead of that, you have Nessa flying with all speed, doing little twirls in the air, and you come very close to Alden. You're a good 5 minutes from it, just flying overhead the tree line. You see the wyverns a good 5 to 10 minutes behind you in the distance. You can just kind of make out these little black spots where the stars disappear as they're coming closer. And as you've picked up the pace a little, the haste is starting to wear down, and you're feeling a little bit of wear and tear start to pull, but you carry on. And as you finally fly directly over the first gate, where do you want to drop off at in Alden?
That'd be the best place. Oh, I don't know. The guardhouse, I guess.
Okay.
Would that be the best place? That's where the captain might be. Right?
Typically. So then, as you drop off down in front of it with quite a bit of force behind your drop, as you are in a hurry, you just sped at a good freaking 100 miles out of nowhere. And as you land, you kind of crack the ground a little bit, quickly push the door open. You see an assortment of guards, some of them getting toward bed. A couple of others sat around a small hob with a bit of stew ready. They all kind of immediately turn towards you with a bit of confusion. You see Freed at the back. Looks like he's just taking off his plate. And as he turns and looks toward you, he has that moment where he closes his eyes, and you can tell he's sighing, and then he starts to pick up the pieces again and put them on.
Army coming here. Wyverns. Oh man, I fly fast now.
He grabs his sword from the side, sheathes it, and then steps into the middle of the room and makes a loud clapping sound and gathers everybody and walks towards you at the door. walks out.
Towards Johnima. Everyone else is coming. Slower than me though, because I'm just super fast. That way.
He kind of looks you up and down.
No spells. Need to rest.
Looks you up and down with the decanter in your hand, and
Pretty
Doesn't-
well.
doesn't say anything, but just
Oh, damn.
nods.
He agreed.
How much time do we have?
How much time do we have?
You'd reckon about 5 minutes, if that. For
5
the
minutes, whatever
wyverns.
they are.
The wyverns, at least.
Wyvern's here in 5 minutes. Really soon.
He turns around, moves back inside, starts yelling orders toward his men, and you hear him as he tells all residents to leave, to go towards the farms and hide in the hideaway. He himself draws his weapon, his co-captain comes out, grabs his big-ass hammer. They both sit by the now very patched piece of ground where Vortican was killed again and made the giant hole. And as they stand, weapons readied, a couple of other men quickly run across each and every building quickly as they can, telling everyone, get ready, leave now. Vortican, Freed, Asado, and you step ready, waiting. A couple of minutes go by, and the wyverns, with a bit of speed behind them, fly past and overhead, and you see as they do this quick turn and fly upwards, directly over towards where the moonlight is currently being beamed from. They then do a full drop downwards, and with a quick twist overhead, they stop about 40 feet above you and flick their, shall we say, baggage towards Alden. And there is 4 in total that drops. You could guess anywhere between like 20 or 30 assortments of skeletons and zombies. And as they're dropped onto assorted buildings, they land with this heavy stomp. The skeletons kind of like smash into everything, but you notice their frames remain intact. And as they fill the streets, a couple of people are caught off guard, but guards quickly ram them aside. A couple of guards are taken by surprise and harmed or killed immediately, but for the
No!
most part, the civilians manage to get towards the end of the bridge. A good chunk of guards lead them on and lead them out of town. You notice a couple of skeletons and zombies start chasing them toward the end of the bridge, but guards block the path and start fighting them back. You, Asado, and Freed sat in the centre of the bridge. Prepare yourself for a fight, as the others are still charging toward the bridge.
We're trying our best, guys. We're trying so
Can
hard.
can I cast Armor of Agathis on myself?
You may indeed.
Put it in chat.
So,
It looks like I pull it out of the starlight that's surrounding me and it just starts freezing over. Yeah. So that's one of my thingies
lovely
down. But at least
frost.
I not got 12 AC now for an hour.
you know Armour of
Oh wait, no,
Agathis,
that's not AC,
yeah,
it's temporary
no.
hit points. I've got 40 hit points. Woo woo!
The first time I've
That's
ever
so
heard
good
a
for
wizard
me.
say that.
How close are we?
You guys are a good... so let me just check, 'cause I'm not on the same map, hold on. So, you... Fucking zoom, there we go. You guys would be about there, just at the border of the forest.
Oh god.
So I'd say you guys have about 4 or 5 rounds before you manage to get at the edge of the bridge.
God.
So,
We tried. Sorry.
I will say the obvious. This is session. prepare your booty holes.
That's about all we can do.
I can't believe you did Anriel and Kier dirty.
Did I though?
Don't know for sure.
Well, to be fair, the death card could be Kier's anyway, because he has got cancer.
Hmm.
That
Who
or they were
knows?
secretly working for Vantress the whole time, and then I'm never going to trust Lee ever again. I will never trust Lee ever again because it will vindicate everything Trafalgar's been saying, and I don't like it.
It proves Trafalgar right.
I know, the worst thing anyone can do.
Hey, Trafalgar's going to grow up to be a fine lad. The sword said so.
If he follows his path.
If he follows his path, but he better fucking follow it.
And to be fair, Lee did say you weren't sure whether it was you or the sword that was thinking that.
Hmm.
It could, yeah, true.
Hmm.
Like Chorus hoping that you don't end up like this, the first son. You know, dead.
At your hands as well.
You're just
Yeah.
seeing what you hoped for your own son.
Exactly.
So yeah.
Well, there goes my hope of last session. I was like, it's fine, we'll know if Anriel and Kier were alive by this session, surely, because it's been like 3 sessions now. No.
Well,
No.
I mean, it doesn't all end with a bad twist today. Can anyone guess why? You get inspiration for the first person who does.
What do you mean? Can you guess why?
That's why what?
Why
Why
there's
does
good
it end
news.
badly?
No,
Because
no,
we managed.
no,
Because
no,
we
no, no,
decided
no,
to.
no, no, no.
Okay.
Unrelated to anything going on in the game, why would I have good news at the end of the game?
Oh,
We're leveling up.
we're leveled up.
Yeah, she got it first.
Did we not level up like 2 sessions ago?
Do you want to fight me on that?
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Just take
Okay.
it.
Does anyone not have inspiration? Anyone?
I have
Con-
it.
Connor, do you have it?
No.
You can have it then, because I've already got it.
Oh, was I muted?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fucking hell. I was just saying I don't have inspiration and I'm gonna be in this fight for like first. But it's okay. I'll try it if I have to do recap next time.
We're level
Uh,
7, guys.
I will donate a low level roll to you next week, don't you worry. I'm more than happy to donate it to you. What do I get now? We're level 8, right? Level 7 even.
7.
So as
Ooh,
well,
I get a new ability!
I just want to make sure with everybody, if anyone has any other class they want to delve into, or any current subclass they want to put a point into instead of their main class, or anything like that, let me know so we can discuss shit.
I don't know.
This is why it feels like it's too early.
Why?
You can always reserve.
Just like, story-wise,
Ah!
Hey, we got away from our dragon. Don't take the level if you don't want it, but I'm taking it.
oh yeah, no, I'm taking it. I get evasion. That makes it worth it.
I need to think whether I wanna take another.
Yeah, I gotta think
Class
about
or
what to
not.
put my level into. I could. Oh fuck. Lee, can you remember which my levels are? I can't remember. It just says 6.
Wasn't hold on.
I don't have 4th level spells in mage yet.
To be fair, I
I
don't think you
don't-
get that for 2 more levels naturally
Okay.
anyway. There you go.
See, I could take my 7th level and
Ooh,
it
yes,
gives me
I see.
2 abilities, or I could take another class and get brand new stuff.
Eh. I only get one good thing from this one. And then Mage is just wizard, isn't it? So I would be 7th level in that. Oh, I would get a 4th level. 7th level mage is. Oh wait, no, it'd be 5th level mage. No wait. Hold on. No, it'd be
It's
6th level mage. So it'd be another level up from that I'd get 4th levels, which is pretty cool. So I think I might do that.
so
Because I don't really get anything from the other one.
okay.
I do get cool stuff from it later on, but I'd like my 4th levels, and then I'll level up the other one.
Yeah.
I
Oh
get an
God, I don't
arcane
know which to
tradition
choose.
feature. Lee,
Me.
because my wizard is a homebrew wizard,
Yeah.
it says arcane tradition feature, but because I'm not any of these subclasses, it doesn't tell me what that means.
Wait, hold on.
Oh, I get another 3rd level slot.
Let
sorry.
me reinvigorate my own mind on this one.
Okay.
Right, so you're wizard level 6 technically.
So yeah, if I put it in wizard, I'd be wizard level 6.
The
Which I will do.
things you will get. Let me check. You get a little blue. Add your intelligence modifier to all of your cantrips damage, as well as to any spell with a damage component that was stolen from another creature. So
Where's that?
you add your intelligence modifier to all cantrip damage, as well as if you counterspell, air quote, a spell with your blue mage abilities. Any spell that you stole adds your intelligence modifier damage to that. Although, to be fair, I might change that wording for my own reasons. Just making sure there's nothing else. Yeah, anyway, a little blue, basically. Which I will copy pasta here quick.
Yes, please.
Boop.
Ooh, thank you. My intelligence modifier is 4 as well, so that's pretty cool. Add that onto an Eldritch Blast.
Pew!
Yeah. As well to any spell or damage component that was stolen from another creature. So what would I count as being stolen?
Anything that you've
My-
taken with your blue abilities.
My luring song?
If it
Does
has,
that
if it has a
do-
damage component, which I don't think it does.
think it does. No, it just moves it towards me, doesn't it?
Mhm.
And my fly and my gruesome hunger, but that doesn't have an attack either.
No.
Maybe I'll get something from one of these wyverns when I stab it. Probably
Fuck it
not.
up.
It's gonna kill me.
Food poisoning.
Ooh, so you know, if I've leveled up and I've gained a 3rd level spell slot, does that mean I have 1 3rd level spell for next session?
No.
Okay.
Just because of the stress timing of all this.
Mhm. How do I put my level in mage? I'm confused.
I don't know what to do.
You technically don't. It's the awkward thing of the Roll20 character sheets.
Because if I put level 7, it's gonna give me level 4 slots.
Just write it as that, and I will edit the spell slots.
Okay.
Because you can edit specifically what you have. It's just it might come out a bit fucky, but I can
Okay.
sort it.
Okie dokie. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, I need to do my dice as well. So,
Because I reckon everybody deserves to see the weapon anyway, or the counter. The thing that dear Anessa now has is under Party People items. It's the top one.
I was just about to look at it, and then I was like, oh wait, I've already done that.
I already know what it is.
Hey, lady! Okay, roll well, roll well. Fuck!
You re-roll ones if that's your HP.
Oh, yay! Fuck's
You
sake!
still re-roll ones if that's your HP.
Okay!
Although, I'm gonna say, if you get another one... Okay, there we go. I was gonna say, if you got another one,
One
that's...
six.
Yeah. It would
And then
have
it's
just been
plus-
Satan.
Plus constitution, isn't it?
Yes.
Constitution modifier per wizard level after first.
Ignore it. It's your constitution on top of that modifier.
Oh, okay.
I'm too tired to do this right now. I can't focus on it.
Okay.
I don't know what I want to do. Because if I'm multi-class, the longer it takes me to get to my third lot of smacking.
Exactly.
A lot of smacking.
More
Yeah,
smack.
it's really difficult because what I've got, all the good stuff is like later on, whereas right now I can just put levels around mage and get better spells.
See, if I take the next fighter one, I can actually have decent intimidation. So
Ooh.
but then I could multi-class and do something entirely different.
Hey guys, while we were playing, I got 2 more orders on my Etsy shop, and it made me very happy.
Oh
And I
yeah.
did the orders, and then I sent them off to them, and yeah, I was really proud. Yeah.
Nice.
It's the one that I hand drew as well, because I was doing like just some word art ones, which is like a computer generated thing. But then since I did my hand drawn one, more people have been ordering that one, and I feel validated.
Hey, I could multi-class as a paladin.
Ooh.
I mean, it would work. Makes sense,
That's
like
cool,
thematically.
that's cool.
Or a barbarian.
Also works thematically.
I don't think Lycoris would want magic, so I don't think magic's going to interest her.
I mean, could always just be I smite things character with your spell slots.
Fuck you, sinner! Might!
Bonk.
Why is it still saying? Oh.
I don't know if paladin is leaning towards the old Lycoris too much.
Who knows?
And barbarian, I don't think that Lycoris should give in to anger, because that's like, in the past, it's not worked out very well for her. I don't know, I'll choose during the week.
Mm-hmm. Does anyone else have any general qualms or queries?
No, I'm just more or less deciding on the spell because that's pretty much all I've got going for me, really. I don't get anything at level 7
I get
other than
a fourth level
just
spell.
other than proficiency and a 4th level spell. That's around it.
Mhm.
So I'm just deciding on the spell more or less. I've done my level up on HP, and don't think there's anything else, is there?
Is there anything that upgrades, like any of your preceding abilities?
Shout, good shout. I shall check.
Because some things do upgrade sometimes.
Mainly cantrips, though.
Hmm.
I'll double check then.
Yeah.
That's a good shout. No, my next thing is, I think, level 11 for most of my damaging cantrips anyway. Every other thing just it's just its base really, and any spell that is a level above cantrips, well, you can choose to upgrade what level spell you use it at, but apart from that, I think that's around pretty much it for everything else. So I'll double check though the leveled spells.
I'm just going to stick with my class for now, I think.
Okay. Gets you closer to triple smack.
Mm-hmm. And also, she's complicated enough to play at the moment. I don't think adding another class in is going to help me mentally.
Probably not. Probably not.
She does have 2 forms already and a fucking sentient sword.
Got enough going on.
She really fucking does.
That's an idea. That's actually pretty cool.
Why is the fear-inducing one used with your dexterity instead of your strength?
What's the word?
The one. It's the one I've just done now, at the bottom.
Hold on. Wait, is that on your sheet or the other?
On my sheet. It's the only one that's open.
Because Dex is your higher. Don't ask. It's just me being kind.
Ah, thanks.
Yeah.
I need to do that thing that you do with the
The
fucking
bracket.
dots.
Oh, I find it so helpful.
Because my brain can't cope with the amount of stuff that is in here anymore. Okay, fighter stops there.
Usually what I do is I place the passives that you don't have to worry about, like dark vision, beneath it. And
Oh, same.
yeah, it just fucking helps. Any actives, I used to be a bit anal about it and write action in the, like underneath where you'd write this is class. You'd write underneath that normally like paladin or whatever. I usually write either in that action or in the name description action, blah 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 ability, just so you can kind of keep tabs on it. I get very anal about it.
Oh, I separate mine by like what it is.
Hmm.
Like background, racial, class, and then subclass.
Hmm.
There we go. Organised. Nice.
Fucking nice.
I am gonna go to bed now.
Okay.
Me too.
Okay. If anyone has any questions during the week, let me know.
Okay.
Okay.
Hidoki. Thank you guys, I had fun.
I
Me
did
too.
too. I look forward to seeing how long our poor little Anessa lasts with her new toy.
Yeah.
You
Try
can
not to
do it.
die.
Yeah, please
It's
don't
great.
die.
I love it. I love my jugs.
Nice.
I bet you love everyone's jokes, you saucy nightmare.
Oh yeah. The best body part ever.
Okay, good night, friendos.
Good
Good night.
Good,
night.
good, and
Good night.
Bye.